fam, how you doing? Welcome to the Culture Code. Let me go ahead and introduce the crew. We got Mr. Trev Smooth, M. White, picking and choosing, Will Hink. We got another Trev White, HD, Cloud Jones, and myself, Lapeef JR. Welcome to the Culture Code. What's going on, Jimmy? What's going on? How y'all doing?
What up? What up?
How you doing? What's going on?
Panel.
What it do?
What's happening now?
What it do? What it do? Good to see you guys. Happy Tuesday, man. Good to be here. Go Bears, man. Go Bears. Go figure and go Bears, right? That's what I'm talking about. Look at that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, against Green Bay. Right on, brother Hank. We got to unite on this one, man. I don't know what they talking about on the panel.
No, that's right.
Yeah,
we don't worry about that. We don't worry about that.
Yeah, we ain't gonna worry about it.
Yes.
Anyhow, if you guys just tuning in, make sure you hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you are catching us on replay, hit the like button, and also make sure you subscribe as well. Let's make sure we mute in between, gentlemen, because we get some feedback. So I want to make sure we don't interfere with this good dialogue that we are about to have. How was everybody weekend? Good?
Wavy.
Okay. What's going on, Dwight and Trev number 2? How y'all doing?
Yeah, I didn't realize I was an hour ahead of y'all, so it's like 10:30 over here. I'm in Florida, so.
Okay, yeah. We got a lot of folks on the panel. That's Eastern.
Yeah, you on the East Coast too.
Yeah.
Man, I'm celebrating my 38th today, so
Happy birthday. Man.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I'm surprised you ain't toe up already, man.
Oh no, I did all that on the weekend.
I bet.
You know what I'm saying? I did all that already. Got it out the system.
Hey, Trev number 2 down there. You got a phone case on your phone? You using your phone?
No, this is I'll take it off. I'm coming in mushy.
No. The Trev Smooth want to say pause already.
Hey, I was gonna give him at least one pass. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew, so I was gonna give him a pass for the first one. But that's it. I'm not letting nothing else slide. So
Pause on you. Let something slide. I gotta watch out, gentlemen, man. Y'all on that freaky shit tonight, man. Watch y'all. Anyhow, man, let's go ahead and get this show started. Today we're gonna be talking. We got a few topics, man, but the main topic is Sherrone Moore fumbled $30 million over a woman. So this has been a hot topic. I am curious to get you guys' perspectives on it. I got a few questions to kind of kick it off, and then we'll go from there. Sound like a plan? Picking and choosing. Is that a bear hat? Someone talking about
representing for you, man. You know, you Outlaw. Who else? Marcus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Welcome to the dark side, brother.
Well, you know I'm from Gary, Indiana, bro. I'm your neighbor.
Okay. Yeah, neighbor. Okay. As long as you got it right. As long as you ain't say you from the shot.
I'll never say that bullshit.
Okay, there you go, man. So you're right.
What's up, fellas?
It's good. What's good?
Take this damn hat off now. JR already pissed me off.
No, it's Gucci. Man. The hat on you, man. That's a good look for you, man. I'm about to mute you, Trev, because you got some feedback coming in every now and then. Let's make sure we mute in between. Let's go ahead and get this show started. I'm going to go ahead and play this video, open it up, and then we'll get into it.
Shock in the world of college football. The University of Michigan head coach, Sherrone Moore, has been fired for having what the school calls an inappropriate relationship with the staffer. A few hours later, police took Moore into custody after reports of an alleged assault investigation.
On Wednesday, the school's athletic director says they terminated the 39-year-old with cause after he, quote, engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Hours later, police told CBS Detroit the coach was detained earlier in the day near Michigan Stadium. He was then arrested and booked into jail. According to ESPN, he's a suspect in an alleged assault. However, no charges have been filed yet. The investigation into Moore began last month, according to CBS Sports.
One of the ongoing looming questions that will hang over Michigan is, when did athletic director Ward Manuel know, and why did he not make earlier decisive action?
The sudden ending of Moore's career comes after he spent 2 years as head coach, taking over for Jim Harbaugh. The Wolverines won the 2023 national championship, But this year, Moore faced a 2-game suspension for his role in the school's sprawling sign-stealing scandal that has loomed over college football's winningest program for nearly 2 years.
It's been an unbelievable period of success with that national championship, but also an unbelievable period of scandal and drama with Michigan football. And Michigan as a program typically is above that. It's a Michigan man. It has a certain connotation. And I think that has been really damaged by the behavior of Sherrone Moore.
Yeah, Sherrone Moore was under a 5-year contract with a salary of $5.5 million. But according to the terms of his deal, the school will not have to buy him out as he was fired for cause. And of course, we have reached out to Moore and have not heard back. New 911 audio reveals details about the chaotic moments leading to the arrest of Sherrone Moore, the former head coach of the University of Michigan football team.
We're a victim here. He did put a knife to his throat and ran out.
Dispatchers sent police to an apartment complex where the victim detailed an encounter with Moore, who was allegedly carrying a knife.
Where does the male at the location and the house attacking her? State's been stalking her for months.
Tonight, Moore, a 39-year-old husband and father, will spend another night at the Washtenaw County Jail, 4 miles away from campus. Authorities tell CBS News no charge information will be released until Moore's arraignment Friday afternoon.
We're going to spend a lot of time figuring out what happened in that hour or two after Sherrone Moore was fired, before he was detained by police.
Moore was fired Wednesday with cause, according to the school's athletic director. They said Moore, quote, engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member.
Well, I was completely and totally shocked and bitterly disappointed. This shouldn't happen at the University of Michigan.
Broadcaster Jim Brandstatter was the voice of the Wolverines for 42 years.
I don't think he'll have much to do with football anymore because I think, he's nuclear. And I think most fans and most Michigan people know that our reputation has taken a huge hit.
In 2024, the Wolverines won the national championship, but with success came scandal. The team paid tens of millions in fines and faced suspensions for allegedly spying on other teams and stealing signs. As for this recent firing and arrest, we reached out to Moore and his family and have not heard back.
Okay, Jerika, thank you.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Should a head coach ever date a staff member? Yes or no?
No.
No. No. Absolutely not.
No.
Okay.
I say no. Oh, we got 2 Trevs on the panel?
Y'all can just call me Smooth tonight, man, just to avoid the confusion. It'll be a lot easier.
Your mama called you Clay. I'm going to call you Clay. No, I say no.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Okay. All right. That's pretty easy. Hank? It's automatic no?
Now, what was your question again, JR?
Should a head coach ever date a staff member? Yes or no?
Nah.
Okay. If your job paid you $5.5 million a year, would you risk it?
Hell no.
Hell no.
No?
Yeah. Most dudes would. That's why these niggas keep getting fired left and right, because they keep doing it. So yeah.
There's too many women in the world, man, to risk dating somebody that you work with, but especially somebody that works in a position under you. Like, that's the worst thing you could do, because they'll always suggest that you somehow coerce them or use your position to get something out of them. There's always that risk. So I don't think it's ever wise to even date someone you work with, honestly.
Has anybody ever did that though? No, nobody's ever dated somebody they work with ever.
Yeah, but it's that proximity, right? It's right there. It's that access that you have to it. So everybody just goes for that immediately.
Well, you could when you at the bottom of the totem pole. Like if you the cashier at McDonald's, yeah, you could date the girl that's the cashier at McDonald's with you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm all for inter office fraternizing. If you at the bottom of the totem pole, it's when you start climbing up that you can't do that. Once you get off the bottom rung, you can't do that. You can only do that at the bottom. And I mean, once you get one level from the bottom, you can't do it no more unless you want to go backwards in life. Because if you get fired, that's where you're going. You're going back to the bottom.
So, Trev, to answer your question, I have one time. That's all it took for me.
Were you in a position of power or vice versa, or were you like equal?
Neither one of us, but you know, it's one of those situations I probably should have never got myself into.
Yeah. Well, I met my wife like that, so you know, neither one of us were like particularly in any high position at the time. So, you know, it was what it was. But yeah, it happens all the time, man. I mean, a lot of people have tried to do that, and you know, I was like, oh hell no, because it's not a good idea. And I get it. If you plan on being there for a long time, then it's a bad idea, because if something go wrong, they're not going to go away. And that's the issue. And they keep trying to make trouble for you. If it's a little rinky-dink job you don't care about, so what? But if you, yeah, if I'm making $5 million a year, that shit ain't happening. Sorry.
I mean, when you make that kind of money, see, it's twofold. Because when you make $5 million a year, you're the big man on campus. Because when you're the head football coach of a Power 5 team, and the most historically winning team of all time. Oh, you see past what you can and cannot do. You only see what you can do. There ain't no what I can't do. There ain't no who I can't get. If you look at me more than once, I know you want me. Hell, you already want me because I'm the head football coach of Michigan. She wasn't the only woman that wanted him. Most of the women on that campus wanted him, other than his wife. His wife is probably the only woman who may not want him. But those women at that college, the students wanted him. The faculty wanted him. The trainers, the female trainers wanted him. Trust and believe, bro. You don't become the... Marcus can speak to it. Marcus, do you think you a 39-year-old semi-handsome or whatever black coach at Michigan Wolverines football program and you're not wanted by most women on the campus?
No, they all gonna want him.
Exactly.
Everybody in the damn state. The people that watch football.
So then why choose her if that's the case?
Exactly.
She wasn't the only one he told. He probably had more. She the one that he had a conflict with.
Probably.
So
I agree with that.
I think we.
I guess it's the easy. Go ahead.
I was about to say, I think we underestimating. Like, I've never dated nobody I work with. I always felt like it wasn't worth it. Plus, I mean, it might have helped that I was never attracted to anybody too, so that might have helped. But I think that we understating the how important proximity is in connection and chemistry when you with somebody, like when you around people. If you're around somebody who happens to be semi-attractive, you know, just that chemistry and y'all kind of being together, and a lot of people, I've never flirted with people at work, but I had homies who would always like be flirting with girls at the job, and I'll just be like, why? Like, why they average at best, y'all in here acting like they bad, but I think that proximity thing really, it plays a part, which I think is why a lot of people end up cheating in relationships with people they work with. You know, especially if you work a job where you around them 24/7, like you're a correctional officer or a nurse, right? A lot of these people, they're around other people, and for whatever reason, it impacts how you view that person, and y'all build a connection. So,
Mom, please stop doing this, bro. You know, we don't need. Listen, bro, we ain't been on JR show in forever. Then we gonna have conflict right out the gate.
Yo, Will, come on, man. I miss you, and you gonna treat me like this?
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. Don't do this, man. Let's have a good reunion, man. We just about to start off. We're gonna have a food fight, and the reunion just started. This brother said he ain't never dated nobody at his job. He wasn't attracted to none of them. Of course.
Well, you think that's crazy? The man let his hair down tonight, and he told you he missed you.
That's hilarious, bro.
This is crazy.
Rapunzel. I'm comfortable in my sexuality. I miss. Hey,
that's
I ain't
enough
seen him in a couple months, man.
Oh, hey, bro. Hey, chill out.
Hey, no dirty. What we doing? Yo.
Chill out.
I miss that sound. I miss that. What's that? That Undertaker sound.
Hey, I'll drop this fool, man. Drop him.
I got another question. Does power make it different, or is wrong still wrong?
Wait, does power make it different, or is like does power make it different in what regard?
as far as like the hierarchy. So him holding the position that he held was wrong, still wrong.
That's what makes it wrong. Because no matter what truly transpired, it can always be perceived that this person didn't have a choice in the matter. They felt like they had to acquiesce to the advances. So that's why you'll never be able to you never be able to really get out of that, especially in his position. He's not like a Joe Paterno or any of these seasoned coaches like Nick Saban, where you've been in the program and you're like a god to the sport. Like he's a 2-year coach with the power and not the reputation. So yeah, you're gonna lose that.
He wrong because it's wrong. What are we talking about? He was
I said the power is what makes it wrong. If he didn't do anything wrong, how would he be wrong? Because he wrong.
Because he was married.
So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was married.
that kind of adds an obstacle.
No, that don't add.
And when he following with her with a knife and all that, I feel like that's really the major part.
That's wrong too. But he was also
that's the part we gotta address.
So you're
saying down and tried to have her have an abortion. My bad. Tried to take out the kid, and then he talking about he gonna unalive himself. I mean, the dude was doing a lot of wrong. It had nothing to do with the position that he had. He was on the totem pole. If he was at the bottom of the totem pole and he was cheating on his wife, he would still be wrong.
But that's not what he asked, though, humble dad. You conflated.
He said if it wasn't his position or is wrong. What
he said, is it wrong because it's power or is it wrong because it's wrong? And I'm telling you, like in the situation, we're just talking about. I thought we were just talking about dating people in the workforce, not necessarily him.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because if it wasn't him, if he was a single man, would it be wrong then?
It would be unwise. It would be unwise.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So
I think it would be wrong. That's why I said it's because he was married, which would make it wrong.
Right.
But you're saying you're taking out of the equation that he is married. You're just saying that because of his power, it would be wrong.
Yeah, because we were just talking about in general.
Oh, bad connection, maybe.
Well, I still think it's wrong, regardless if he's married or unmarried. I mean, you know, in his contract, it is what it is. He's got to deal with it. It's part of his deal, the contract he signed. So he was wrong either way. Single man, married man, whatever. He was wrong because you're not allowed to have inappropriate relationships with a staffer. So he's all the way wrong, man.
But also stalking him with a knife, kind of, a little icing on the cake right there.
That's a whole different level. That's a whole different level.
He still would have got fired because of his contract that he wasn't supposed to be messing with her or anybody that's on staff. So,
but I'm thinking it's that incident that even made the school aware that he was messing with her.
No, I think they
he got fired before that.
Oh, okay. All right.
They got to get these equivalent to the do not trade clauses where they say, look, man.
I definitely say he's wrong 100%.
They need I get the fraternized clause.
It's unfortunate, man. I'm been around some of these locker rooms and I see this kind of stuff all the time. And these brothers just seem like they just don't get it. Like they don't. And like you said earlier, like there's so many women, man, to involve yourself with. Like, why somebody that you work with?
I can tell you why in this particular case, right? Not that this is no justification, but you asked the question. The word proximity was mentioned by a few gentlemen tonight, and it's convenient. He doesn't have to go out of his way to cheat. He could get his shit off before he just go back home. He doesn't have to disappear for several hours. Like it's extremely convenient for someone who's in a cheating mode. If they got a fly little honey right next to him, that's the easiest thing to knock off. You ain't got to try. You ain't got to go out. You ain't got to date. You ain't even got to call her. You're going to see her at work. So it makes it extremely convenient.
I'll give you another one. It don't matter how convenient it is, which you're right, Trev.
I can see that.
Convenience does matter, but you want who you want. If you see somebody you want, that's who you want. They just happen to be your homeboy's wife, the pastor's wife, the coach's daughter. It happens to be your teammate's sister. Whoever it is that you want, you just happen to want them. And so that's what happens.
Like seeing I won't you.
Unlike Monk, he don't deal with none of the women he don't want. He the only dude I know that ain't never messed with a woman he didn't want.
Who told you that?
You just said that.
You did.
I said I never did it at work.
Forget it.
Boy, y'all leave Martin on because next thing you know, he gonna.
Yo, the only person bullying me on this panel is Hank. All right, they trying to bully me, Hank. Tell them it's only one person bully me.
Yeah, they don't understand. That's why I got your back, man.
Oh, you got his back now, huh? He pulled his hair down. You just got to get his back, huh?
Nah, he gonna put a man bun on in a minute. So y'all chill out.
I'm not liking y'all lingo tonight. What are
it's getting real.
It's getting real hairy.
Real,
I see a couple violations tonight, man.
A lot of violations.
Let's get back to the coach, man. This coach is crazy. I don't know why he won't deal with this old crazy ass white woman, but I'm gonna leave that.
Oh man, do you think that makes it worse, or do you think that do y'all feel like that? Yeah, what is she? What is her nationality? Anybody know?
I think they both snow bunnies. Yeah, I think they both snow bunnies.
Do y'all think that had any impact on like how the story went?
You ever showed me a coach that got fired for dealing with a black woman?
Oh, and it's a white girl. These niggas don't be doing
it. You showed me a coach that's ever got. You showed me a prominent coach that ever got fired for dealing with a black woman.
No, one coach did. I'm trying to remember who it was.
Was it a prominent coach or a prominent school?
No, he's a prominent coach. It was. I gotta look him up. It was a while ago.
Well, you got to dig in the archive.
Didn't Emeka
1912?
That was a white woman.
Yeah, that was
a wife too. I know a coach that did, but it wasn't necessarily a woman. It was
God dang. God
he brought a prostitute when I was at UConn, Coach.
Wait,
was she a woman
though?
That's the coach you're thinking of. It was a woman, but not like a woman.
It was a woman. Yeah.
Hairy.
You had us.
He was a good coach. He was a good coach. He was married too. He got caught in a police thing and ended up getting some head from a prostitute, and then they booked him and put that shit on the news. He was a great coach too.
For real?
You talking about Derek Fisher?
No, Coach Vaughn. Vaughn. He played at Pittsburgh, and then he was in the league for a little while.
Jack Vaughn?
Clyde Vaughn. He coached at University of Connecticut men's basketball.
No, he wasn't the prominent coach though.
No, he wasn't the primary. But
that's what I'm saying. You got to be the head coach of a prominent school, or you got to be a prominent coach. But you can't just be an assistant coach. Like,
we was ranked number 1 in the nation at the time.
You know how many coaches y'all had on that bench? It ain't like he's a head coach and an assistant coach, and y'all lost 50% of y'all staff. He was one of maybe 8, 9 coaches.
No, well, the assistant coach, we only had 3.
Oh, really?
I got a quick question for y'all. If your daughter told you that her boss was pressing her, would you tell, or would you just say, hey, just quit? Or would you confront the bro?
Where's she working?
Same situation.
I say call your lawyer. You about to get rich.
What you talking about? If she worked for some little janitorial services where it's 3 employees there, just quit. If you work at a Fortune 100 company, Fortune 500, we telling.
We finna get a bag, baby.
We going straight to CNN, and we gonna act like we're the liberals.
Does everybody feel like that?
Yeah,
that's how I feel. I'm Mr. Moore Writer, so y'all just follow my lead. Y'all,
yeah, I'm a definitely tell her to step down, and we're gonna head on to the lawyer's office for sure.
No, you don't step down, sir. If you step down, we stay there.
You don't get the bag. You stay right there.
We look for more. We get more opportunities for infractions.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, you're gonna get it already. That's already. As long as you got proof and everything you need, go on, step down, and then they're gonna say, "Why did he meet it?" There we go.
We're gonna have her say no like 3 times on camera.
We're gonna put a wire on her.
I'm definitely
not. Y'all all just
definitely gonna have a wire
as an opportunity. Y'all wouldn't be emotional or nothing. Like, that's your baby girl. Y'all would just feel like
you have to put your emotions.
I'm gonna train my baby girl to have thick skin and good nerves. and get
this
that
is an
bag.
opportunity to change the legacy of your entire family. You about to put them emotions in check for about 10 minutes. So you can
Like,
get
I'm gonna teach you how to
What is he
capitalize.
saying?
He's saying like you saying how is he
Like,
pressing
what
her?
type of stuff is he saying to her? So I can
Yeah.
understand where you're coming from.
It don't matter what he say. He tell her too many
That
times
matters.
he gets paid.
That matters.
It don't matter how innocent it may appear.
Nah,
You
he
are not.
pressing her like he trying to hit. You know what I mean?
Like he trying to.
He tell her she looked too good too many times. We
No,
getting
like
paid.
he ain't telling her, you gotta give me some head or you fired. Is he saying shit
Oh
like
well,
that?
damn.
We definitely getting paid.
That's an extreme.
Bro, he could just tell her she pretty one time in an innocent way. It's uncalled for, it's unnecessary. It creates a dynamic. I will never compliment a woman at work unless I say, "Oh, that's a nice hat." Her person, I'm not saying anything about her eyes, her legs, nothing. You don't have no reason to ever compliment a woman at work, ever.
Man, I went to a White Sox baseball game, right, with this company, this hedge fund real estate company, and the HR woman had lost like 110 pounds. So I said to her, like, "Wow, you look really good. That's great progress." Tell me why she started crying.
Because you stupid.
I was like, what did I say wrong?
You basically told her she was fat.
You look good.
Yeah, that's what she said.
You told her she looked bad before.
No, but yeah, that's exactly what she said. And
No,
I was
you
like,
told her you wanted to stick your mandingo down.
No.
Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. It don't matter what you said. It matters how she interprets what you said.
Yep.
You crossed the line.
That everybody noticed. I personally, in real life, will want to congratulate them because I know it took dedication, hard work, a whole lot of shit. I wasn't thinking that she was gonna be offended by that shit. I learned a lesson that day. I learned. Yeah. I definitely learned.
Nah, the way you got to handle is you got to be like, there's something different about you. I can't put my finger on it and let her tell you. I lost 100 pounds. Wow, really? Great.
I think men should always keep
it was in the middle of the field, and it was like 7 coworkers on the left, 7 on the right. Then we had 2 rows of the seating. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, let me get 2 more beers.
Damn, your big ass look.
What year was you? What year in college were you? What year were you?
This was when I was doing real estate. A company called Pangea. So they own most of the residential property in Chicago.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you were in college.
I don't think it benefits a man to really ever compliment a woman that's not your woman. There's no point in any scenario where I can imagine it being like worth the ROI, having a good ROI, like at all. So it's just pointless.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I learned my lesson. I won't do that shit again.
Unless you got some ulterior motives that you're just trying to, lay the first brick on building your house.
You can't approach a woman without giving her a compliment. So if you're trying to get at her.
Yeah, I would 1,000% only approach a woman without giving her a compliment.
Be like, yo, come here, Goofy.
At some particular
type of shit anyway.
time, you're going to be giving her a compliment, and she's not going to be your woman.
It's not going to be on her looks.
But that ain't what you said. You said give her a compliment, right?
Well, yeah, I misspoke. I'm sorry. I would never compliment her on her physical appearance.
I thought that's what you meant. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about
you trying to walk it back.
You talking about if you single? Oh no, if you single, I compliment a woman, but I'm not gonna compliment her to blow her head up to stroke her ego unless it's some woman I'm trying to get at. But a lot of the guys love to just compliment women to make them feel good. Oh, I just want her to feel good and blow their ego up.
So
now they make it hard.
You won't compliment her if you're in a relationship, but you'll compliment her single, but you can still get the same results.
You don't even know what you just said.
No.
What did you say?
What did I just say?
No, Hank.
Oh, yeah.
I know exactly what I said. The man said he wouldn't compliment a woman at all. That's what he said. That's what he said at first.
I said if I'm in a relationship, I was coming from the perspective we're talking about being in a relationship.
No, Hank is trying to butcher what I said. Go ahead, Hank. Go ahead.
I'm not talking about what you said, man.
I'm sorry.
Tonight, boy. That hair down. You and your feelings.
Go butcher what Will said. Go ahead.
I was talking about what Will said. Will said he's not going to compliment it at all. He don't see no value in it. That's what he said at first.
Unless I'm trying. Go ahead. My bad. I
didn't hear you say the trying part. I heard you sit there and say you're not going to do it at all. It's not worth it. I said, okay, I can agree with that. But then you sit there and say, well, if I'm single, I'm going to give her a compliment.
Yeah, if I'm single and I'm trying to get with her. But I'm not just giving her no compliment. Like I'm not gonna give. I'm very conscious of how I converse with women that I have no intentions for. So I may say something nice, but I'm not going to say something over the top nice where it starts to stroke your ego, where you start to think you're better than what you are. I'll say something nice like I said, oh, that's a very nice hat. Oh, I like that. I like that dress. I like the shoes or something. You know, give her a compliment that will make her probably feel good about herself, but not something where she could then extrapolate that over and
yeah. But if you say I like that dress, that could definitely be a problem.
No, I wouldn't say it if it's a form-fitting dress. Like if it's a sundress, I'll say it because it doesn't convey anything sexual.
You be better off going with your first statement you made.
No, I know how to do it, sir. No, I know how to do it. See, just because Trav misunderstood what I was saying don't mean I'm going to do it in the wrong timing. I'm never going to see a woman.
You just said that the woman's going to interpret it a different way.
Sir, I'm not stupid. A woman wearing a sundress that's loose fitting is not going to take a dress saying you got a nice dress on as something sexual in nature. If it's form fitting and you say I like that dress, you don't give a damn about that dress. You
think you don't like a dress that's not form fitting,
and women know the difference.
Yeah, y'all don't got no game.
I don't know.
Y'all not
playing with fire on that one.
So Will, you think you don't like a dress that's not form fitting?
That's the
I would never compliment a woman with a form fitted dress on.
I know. I'm with you. So you saying you gonna if she's wearing like a
sundress,
a throw, you're gonna be like, oh, that's a nice throw.
What's a throw?
It's just something you throw on. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what the hell that is.
If she don't look nice, why would you tell her she look nice?
Yeah, I'm saying a sundress. I said specifically a sundress.
Okay, so
otherwise I will compliment like her hat or her shoes. Nothing that you can take sexually.
We talking about professionally dressed ladies here.
You talking about a woman that you're trying to get with, or are you talking about
y'all know what a sundress is?
Yeah.
Yes. I think everybody knows.
Are they form fitting?
It depends on how she built.
It ain't how she built. Because if it's tight, it is no longer a sundress.
A sundress is going form fit where it needs the form fit.
Oh, shut up.
It's going.
Y'all talking about a different type of sundress.
Man, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, but do you see them women in them dresses? Most of the time, they not wearing certain things under that sundress.
Form fitted, gentlemen. I will not compliment her.
Do y'all only see with certain one type of woman? Like, do y'all only see like one type of woman in public? Like they all dress a certain type of way?
There's a reason why it's called like sundress season.
Right.
No. Y'all see, that's what I'm saying. Y'all thinking of like the hood version of sundress. Y'all thinking about that one particular sundress that wraps around the ass. He's talking about like a dress women wear during the summer, like just a dress. You know what I mean? Not like a sexy dress, just like some shit with flowers on it. You know what I'm saying?
Some of them sundress don't wear bras too, though.
Those are my favorite dresses. Like
something like this. Let me go to the picture. Something like this.
You know what it is? A lot of black women don't wear them. That's why.
Not this. Listen, y'all thinking of this right here.
No,
y'all thinking of something like this. Y'all thinking of.
No, we're not. We're not talking about that.
Look, anyway,
I got another question for y'all.
Y'all thinking about the girl in the green? I'm talking about this girl in this, or the girl next to her. I'm not talking about the girl in the middle.
We're not talking about that, Will.
They talking about the one with the yellow on it.
Right. It was green on my end. Yeah, it's green. But yeah.
Either way, I got another question for y'all though. So, if a woman at your job says that he makes me uncomfortable, would you believe her, or would you defend the bro first?
Who's he?
These are two people at work. I mean, they're both acquaintances or whatever.
I'll believe her because most women don't understand. Most women don't understand when a guy's just being nice, and most guys don't understand boundaries. So I'll believe her that she feels uncomfortable. But most women feel uncomfortable about guys they shouldn't feel uncomfortable with, and they don't feel uncomfortable with guys they should be uncomfortable with. So I'll believe her. That don't mean she's right, but I'll definitely believe her.
Yeah, so to premise,
just tell homie stay away from her.
So what I mean is, do you think that he actually did something that was wrong? Like he really overstepped a boundary?
You got to get both sides.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But
best way to handle it is stay away from him.
Take one side of it and then run with that. You got to hear both sides of it.
So I've had to work at companies as a manager, and then one of the employees told me the same scenario, except it was a girl who was after another female employee. And she was sending her like videos, explicit videos of her and like guys hooking up. So she came to me, but she had proof. But if she came to me, but she didn't have no proof or nothing, you got to get both sides. You know, I'm not just gonna believe somebody because I like Will said, like it's true that she may be valid in how she's feeling, but it may not necessarily be what was intended. You know what I mean? So she may be misinterpreting it, but to her, that's how it actually is. So you got to get both sides and kind of fill it out. But I'm not just going to believe her off rip.
So you had to watch the porn videos?
I did. That shit was explicit. And she was trying to get at her, but it's like in the corporate world, you can't just fire somebody. You know, they get warnings and everything like that first. And they got to get like one written up warning and stuff like that. But yeah, she had the proof and everything.
Aggressive discipline.
Yeah.
I know you was laughing watching that shit.
But most of the time is no warning for sexual harassment. Shit, there is no warning. It's straight cut loose.
Yeah.
I'll see you later. Good luck in all your endeavors.
I actually had a coworker, man, got in trouble for that. Just reports that he was looking at a female a certain type of way. Just looking at her butt or looking, whatever it may be. Like I feel.
Was he doing it? Was he doing it?
Hey, Trey, don't tell on yourself. Don't tell on yourself. Don't tell on yourself.
I mean, but my point is just something as simple as that. Like, I'm very calculated, when at work dealing with women. So you just gotta be mindful.
I don't think women should be in the workforce.
Oh, God dang.
I don't. Tell me this all day. I don't give a damn what y'all. I don't think of. Listen, I think women should work in only companies that hire only women, and they should not be able to work with men.
That's different.
Well, I don't think they should be in the workforce, but they gonna work, so let them work and let them work around other women.
Why you don't think they should be in the workforce?
I don't think that's a bad idea.
Well, because I don't.
Good. You think they should be taking? Who should take care of them?
They man should take care of them, and if they ain't got no man, they should be at their daddy house.
You think every woman deserve to be a stay-at-home wife?
If she find a man who's gonna allow her to be that, absolutely.
I think a lot of women need to be working, and they don't deserve to be stay-at-home wives.
Cool.
They need to be out here working next to us.
Cool. And they should be
working next to us. They can work next to the other non-qualifying bitches. Yeah, I mean, they can work with them.
So you feel like we should have all male flight attendants and?
Nah. Flight attendants could be for the women. We could leave that for the women.
It can, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with a man flight? There's a lot of gay male flight attendants now. Do you not take
right?
That?
Did you hear what you just said? That's what's wrong. You heard what you just said?
No, but it don't matter. I don't care if they gay. Listen, they gay now and they servicing you. Do you say I don't want him to pass me my Sprite?
No, I'm not saying that, but I don't know if it's enough to go around.
I'm just saying we need more opportunities for the ladies.
Do you think straight men should be
if
flight
you walk
attendants
around America? It's definitely.
I don't think any men should be flight attendants.
Well, you live in Atlanta, so your view is different. You know how y'all get down over there.
So you think it ain't no gay men in Jersey?
There are, but not like my perspective is very different than yours.
It ain't enough gay men to fill up y'all flight attendant staff.
I wouldn't know. I mean, but in Atlanta, you can't avoid it.
Rappers in Jersey is gay. Meek Mill.
He's not from Jersey. He's from Philly. That's Philly. That's Philly. He's not Jersey. We don't have any gay rappers in Jersey.
Hardcore. I don't want to throw Meek Mill on the bus like that. I don't know if Meek Mill.
It's too late.
Listen, you already did it.
But what I'm saying is, you think all these rappers that come out of Jersey and New York and Philly ain't gay?
Nah, just not Jersey. Wow. But carry on. You know I'm messing with you, man.
I know.
Well, hold on. Will, why do you feel that way?
Well, I feel
what way?
That women shouldn't be in the workforce.
I just think it's first and foremost. I think a woman should work for her man. He is her job.
If she don't have a man?
Huh?
If she don't have a man?
Then she should be serving her daddy. And if she ain't got no daddy either, then it's like, oh, that's tough. You better get you a man.
And today
you're gonna be serving your mama. And your mama definitely ain't gonna help you get a man.
You saying most women
take it back to the 50s on their ass.
So then that don't make sense, dude.
That don't make sense.
What you saying is buffoonery. You saying that a woman that doesn't have a man, she still shouldn't work. So she should be like 30, 40, 50 years old, living at the crib with her dad. If she doesn't have a dad, then she should be with her mom, who is a woman, but that woman also shouldn't be working.
Well, see, you extrapolated that, and that's not what I said.
That's exactly what you said.
That's definitely not what I said. When did I ever say a woman should be 40, 50 years old living at home with her dad?
You said that.
No, you technically you said that because that's the only other option to be if she doesn't have a man to have.
See, maybe you should ask more questions instead of assuming. I understand how you.
We're going off what you said.
I know what I said. I said maybe you should ask more questions instead of assuming.
What did you? Did you?
So what should a woman past their prime be doing?
Hold on, real quick.
You're right.
Did you say that?
I thought it was humble dad's question.
What did you say that?
I thought it was humble dad's
question. Did you say that women should not be in the workforce?
I did. I thought it was humble dad.
So you said that women shouldn't be in the workforce.
It was buffoonery. Why are you? So not only are you got your hair down, now you caping too.
Y'all crazy.
Here we go.
Hey, we gonna get back on topic real quick.
So
y'all forgot the main Y'all forgot the main question though.
No, he know I'm about to press him, so he want to put it back on humble dad. Go ahead, humble dad.
All you want.
Go ahead.
No, I'm good. Go ahead, Smooth. You said we all
wanted to answer the man's.
Yeah, we off topic. We were talking about if you would actually believe the woman or question it and defend the bro.
It depends on who it is. Like I'm not just gonna believe women.
Depends on who it is.
That something happened.
No, she felt uncomfortable.
No, she said that the dude makes her feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm saying I've been in a situation where I wasn't around this woman at all, and she told somebody that I made her feel uncomfortable. She never came to work. I fired her, and so that's what she put on me. And so I had to do
that's a lie, though.
I had to do HR and everything. So to just believe her, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't just believe her because she said it. That's why I said it would depend on who it is.
It doesn't matter who it is. You still got to investigate it because
I know.
Determine whoever, because I don't think this person would have did it, so they didn't do it.
Say it again.
You're going to just take the stance. I don't think this guy would have did it, so he didn't do it because it depends on who it is. Oh, she's a problem, so I'm just not going to believe her because she a problem.
Yeah,
that's do that, bro.
Yes, I can. I'm gonna investigate, yes, but I'm not gonna just believe her because she said it.
Right, but you said it depends on who it is, as if I could be wrong, as if it's this guy right here, then I'm gonna believe he didn't do it. If it's that guy right there, I'm gonna believe he did do it.
But why you ain't ask more questions?
I am asking questions.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. I'm giving you my assessment. I'm like, how is it that it just depends on who it is? Like you have to investigate. You just said you will investigate, and I'm okay with you investigating. But when you said it depends on who it is, it's incomplete. And I'm like, what else? Why?
From what I heard was that, are you going to believe her? And I said, not off the rip. I'm not going to just believe somebody just because she says somebody's pressing her, because that does depend on people, the person, because there are women that will just say something happened and it didn't.
No, the pressing, you're mixing two different things. She just said she's uncomfortable. The pressing was if Trev asked if they're pressing our daughter. So
okay. So even if she says that she's uncomfortable, that I'm not going to necessarily.
Well, those were two different questions. Those are two different questions, Will.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to say that I believe her just because she said it, because it could also not be true. Correct?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not just going to believe her.
But I'm going to believe her that that's how she feels. I don't believe that that's necessarily what happened. That's why you do the investigation. I'm not going to tell you that's not how you feel. You probably do feel uncomfortable. I'm going to tell you, you lying. You don't feel uncomfortable. No, if they tell you they feel uncomfortable, it's probably more likely than not that they feel uncomfortable. Now, why they feel uncomfortable may be a personal problem. It may not have anything to do with this guy. She could be like, oh, he looks like a guy that I had a problem with. Women will feel uncomfortable and because they will attach past behavior from guy A and attach it to guy B. And the guys don't know each other, don't behave like each other. They may just resemble each other.
We got another clip about to come up.
Real feeling too.
I think the problem is the verbiage. When you say he makes me feel uncomfortable, that's different from saying I feel uncomfortable around him. Those two things are different, and it's implying that he's doing something to cause her to feel uncomfortable versus how she's interpreting whatever's happening.
Yeah, it totally depends on whether he's doing something or not. The fact that she feels uncomfortable, Will is correct. She's gonna feel however she wants to feel, and for you to, even if you have reason to not believe her, you have to go with it in order to, keep everything on the level and then investigate with the next person. So I get it. I've seen multiple times where women will say something like that in order to bring about a consequence against a particular gentleman, because that would be their normal course of being able to enact revenge, and they can get that person sent up out the door, and that's the way that they can enact revenge, is get somebody up out of the way.
That's
so we got another clip. We got another clip, guys. We're gonna jump in.
Shit,
got a little swing.
That my nigga I got kicked out of Boston about. Coach Houston. Who's the staff member? Nobody knows. This is like this. What I'm saying. Like this, like media be fucked up. Nigga, they put a report out, and I'm not saying if he did something wrong and need to be arrested, let's put that out there. Then they did the right thing, but we don't have the proper information. We sit there and say a sign stealing scandal. Okay, I don't even like that because Bill Belichick built championships off every gate you can imagine. Deflate gates, stealing gate. Listen, man, if you get an advantage and get the signs taken, it's really no proof of that. That nigga was on the sidelines. I remember that whole shit with the sign stealing shit. I can't even blame that on him. That's first and foremost. If it is him, okay, I apologize. I'm just telling you from the knowledge that I know. Maybe I'm not fully knowledgeable about what was his part in the sign stealing scandal.
I hope every man learned from this Sherrone Moore situation that the spirit of lust is never satisfied. The spirit of lust is a demon. It is never satisfied. After having the ultimate crash out of the century, got a criminal record now. He lost his career. Won't even be able to coach out of middle school. Okay? After all of that, now you got an OnlyFans model coming out saying, yeah, he was in my DMs, and she's showing the screenshots, trying to offer her tickets for exchange for sexual favors. Like, bruh, right when you thought this story couldn't get any worse, when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it gets worse. It just goes to show you, like, the spirit of lust is never satisfied, fellas. It is a demon. No matter how good your wife is, your fiance, girlfriend, no matter how good she is to you, no matter how good your wife is to you, it just goes to show his wife wasn't enough, okay? Then he stepped outside of his wife, dealing with his assistant. His assistant wasn't even enough. Now he's even trying to step outside of that. The spirit of lust is a demon. It is never satisfied. It is never satisfied. And I just feel so sorry for that wife those beautiful daughters. I feel sorry for those boys at that program that was dependent on him, that he let down, the coaching staff that he let down, the school within itself he let down. All of that. This man let his whole family and his lineage down. This man was making almost $7 million a year. And he let his family down. He let his lineage down. The people that was going to come down the line in his family, he let them people down. That was the ultimate bag he could have secured. But the spirit of lust, it just goes to show you, even when you have it all, when you have that cancerous spirit of lust within you as a man, you will never be satisfied. So I hope a lot of men, every man that see what's going on, you got to learn something from this.
Why do everybody call it like the spirit of lust and all this type of stuff when it's just biology? He's just a fucking man and he want to fuck something. Like, he's a man, he trying to fuck something.
Do you know the definition of lust?
You tell it to me. Maybe I don't.
I'm asking for you.
I can try to say what I think it is, but it's probably better that you tell me exactly what it is.
You said I'm asking you to describe it.
Okay, I can tell you what I think it is. I think lust is a feeling that comes over you where it's a feeling that comes over you where you want something in a romantic sexual manner. It makes you but it's a feeling. It's not anything that is no longevity to it. It's just in the moment. That's what I feel like it is, if I can best describe it.
Okay, so you would say, but okay, that's fair. That's fair enough. I mean, but lust could be any number of things and that you want. It doesn't necessarily always have to be sexual, but that's what it typically leans to. And the reason why they say spirit of lust is because it is very it is natural to want a woman, right? But I would say that he's probably coming from a biblical perspective as it relates to the spirit of lusting and wanting to be with and not just wanting to be, but actually going after this woman, so much so that it would jeopardize his lineage.
Humble Dad, when is lust not sexual in nature?
Like you lust for money and stuff.
Like lust for power.
Like
you don't lust for power.
Never heard that.
Probably are envious.
No, I mean the literal definition
says in nature.
I mean, I pulled it up.
We got somebody pull up the denotation.
I got it right here.
I always thought you.
Right, it says lust is an intense, powerful desire or craving, most commonly for sexual gratification.
Right.
But it can also apply to other things like power, money, and
why y'all not letting Humble Dad answer?
Where'd you get your definition from, by the way? Also,
that's just the Google AI overview.
Well, I mean, but the first thing that I said that it's mostly used talked about as sex. That's what I said. But it is aligned to other things that you want and desire. That's what I said.
That's fair,
right?
And so it is biological.
But yeah, does that answer your question, Will?
Yeah, I wouldn't use the word lust. I lust for power. I wouldn't use that.
That's fine that you wouldn't use it.
But also we have to agree that.
Listen, I'm sorry, my brother Dwight came to your defense before. I was asking you. Dwight was like interception. Saying that he just ran with the ball.
Question of when has it?
I was asking your ass.
Yeah, you said. And I told you I had already said.
No, Dwight told me. You didn't tell me.
No, that was the very first thing that I said. I said that yes, the definition that you're going with could be used accurately. I said, but it's also used in other ways, and I named them.
When do we use it in other ways?
Do we?
Have any of y'all ever heard lust used outside of sex?
Yes. Nobody uses it.
Yes, like
when.
We talked about
power.
A lot depends on what type of
normally for
guys,
never heard it.
Power and money.
Can we be honest for a second? Is it fair to say that in our culture, nobody ever uses lust when we you lusting for money?
You said nobody ever. Then no. The answer is no. It's not it's most commonly used. It's most commonly used to pertain to sex. But that's
like you can use gay to say you're happy, but that's
right. So, but you can't say that gay is not happy, right?
That's fair.
It's just not commonly used. It's just jargon. It is what it is.
It will be interchangeable with thirst.
Right. I had a quick question about that. I know you said he probably was talking. Yeah, I just had a quick question about that. You said that he was probably talking about in a biblical sense, but from what I heard, he said that he used the word demon several times, whereas I think he definitely was talking about it from a biblical perspective, and
that's right.
He described it, which is described as like an outside entity. Do you believe that that's a thing?
Yes,
I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I think that this is what I think. I think that when God made Adam and Eve, he made it to be a man and a woman, right? And then outside of that, we have decided that we wanted to fulfill other elements of what our desires are, which is have multiple partners at some particular juncture in time, which is not designed, is not the design of God. It's really more of a design of man. And so therefore, I would say that it is a spirit of a demon, if you will, right? Because that is something that, what is the demon designed to do? Is designed to get you out of God's will. And I believe that God's will for men and women is to have one man and one woman.
So your perspective not necessarily based on logic, it's more so based on I guess the Bible.
Well, that is logic. So if you know what the word logic, it goes with logos, which is talking about God.
No, but I'm not sure about the original where the word origin comes from. But I guess what I was trying to say is it doesn't come from you trying to rationalize and substantiate what you feel. It comes from more so I read the Bible, it said this, and this is what it is. Because I would think that these things are very natural, and we can look at other references in nature and see that people are just going to mate with each other. But you're saying that the natural thing is for somebody to mate with someone and stick and cleave to that person for the rest of their lives versus mate with another person.
Yes, that's how that's what the design was.
But that's only for one interpretation. Like there's other religions that speak about having multiple women. You can't use a religious perspective to talk about, I guess, logic.
If you know the definition of logic, you would.
Bro, don't do that because you just probably extrapolate us. And in the day,
hold
the
on.
Bible
Will you next up? Let them have that for a second.
I'll pull up the definition of logic too. But I mean, I really think it's something that's biological. Everybody has lust. All those the seven sins. Everybody has some aspects of those, right? But we're required to kind of overcome that as we become adults. So, he's not the only coach who's doing this, right? There's a bunch of different coaches. Everybody in power is sleeping with their secretary or somebody that they're, is right in their proximity. It just doesn't get out there in public. Lust is something that everybody has. So I don't really think it's really a question about if it's like the spirit of lust. I think it's something that's completely natural, but he should be, I guess, aware enough to become that lust.
So if it's natural, then why would it be considered wrong?
I think it's considered wrong because he's married and because he's in a position of power. If he wasn't married or in a position of power, it'd be perfectly fine.
But you said that it's nature. So if it's nature, then what's wrong with it? Just because
I'm not saying it is wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm like there's like an overindulgence is where it becomes wrong. Where you're doing this so much to the point where it starts to impact you negatively.
You can sign a contract to go.
Hold on. So what considers it to overindulge? What did
when
he
you start having negative impacts in your life? That's overindulgence. So, for example, like gluttony. Like if I'm eating a bunch of food, but I'm like perfectly healthy, it's perfectly fine. But if I start eating a bunch of food to the point where I start to become overweight, start getting high cholesterol, all these other issues, then I'm overindulging, and now it's gluttonous.
So the only reason why it's negative is that it was found out. Because as you said, that this happened.
Well, no, because he's married and because he's in a position of power. If he was not those two things, it'd be perfectly normal.
But what are you basing that from when you said that there are other religions that say that you can have multiple women? So what are you basing it on?
I'm just basing it off of biology. I'm not trying to include different religious perspectives in this. I'm just going based off of like logic and reasoning.
So biology says that it's wrong to.
No, biology says that it's not wrong.
So then he's not. So which one is it? Is he wrong?
I'm saying that he's not in the wrong from like a biological perspective, but because he is married and because he's in a position of power, that's what makes it wrong.
He's making the argument from two perspectives: biology and morality.
So you saying that? But you can't do that. You can't
sign
say
a contract.
I'm just telling you that's what he's
You're
doing.
contradicting yourself. You got to.
No, he's not. If he tells you based on a biological standpoint,
because he went to go have sex with a woman.
He categorized it, so he can't be contradicting himself.
Why are you caping for him, Will? He can
I'm not caping for him. I'm trying to help y'all make sense of y'all
he can
conversation.
speak for himself, though, Will.
You know I don't cape for nobody. I'm ready to take the gloves off with you. I'm with that.
That's what you did. So that's the only reason why I did it.
No, I'm telling you because you're not understanding what he's saying. He made two arguments.
Yes.
And so it's not contradicting himself because he said from a biological standpoint, he's not wrong. But from a moral standpoint, he is wrong.
Biology determines that he was right.
Which one's okay? Let me ask you this, then, Humble Dad. Why you bring your religion into it? Wouldn't that be another component?
Because he said spirit of.
That's what that guy said, but that's not what Dwight said.
Yeah.
Right.
I never brought spirituality in it. Does that guy we just listened to in the video? Is he the
okay? So what makes it wrong? Because he's married. Then
you gotta have to Dwight that
because he made a promise. I'm assuming that he made a promise to be loyal to just her, right?
I don't know.
That's just my assumption.
We don't know.
So Trev, did you agree? Did you agree with Dad about that? About it being the spirit or no?
I do agree on the spirit aspect, and just to kind of clear that up, I think it's something you said earlier. You're saying is if it's a separate entity. I think two things could be true at the same time. It is a separate entity, but I mean, we were born into this world. Like, we have to be taught, right, for the most part, how to do the right things. Right? There's lessons. You have to learn different things throughout life. So it's safe to say we was born into sin to a degree, or with sin, I should say. You know, and it's by teachings throughout life that we've had to learn how to do the right thing. So, but I do think that is a separate entity, as you said, as far as that feeling or emotion coming in and taking over and saying, I want to go, you know, mess with one of the staffers, or I want to go. And especially if you know, like you said, it's in your contract, it's against the rules. I mean, that's another reason not to do it alone.
I think if you want to talk about it from like a religious standpoint, you could say it's a spirit of lust. But if you want to take that completely out of it, you could just describe it as the inability to compartmentalize or lack of impulse control.
Right.
Basically the same thing.
Do y'all agree that, see, I'm of the mindset that these powerful men, they shouldn't be held to the same standard. I look at women like they're stupid when they get with powerful men and expect monogamy. You're dumb, because at the end of the day, why would a guy like DJ, myself, Hink, Clout, Trev, Lamont, Marcus, Dwight, and Humble Dad, if we're all average Joe men, I'm just saying average Joe men, meaning we might have a lot of money or whatever that case may be, but for the most part, people don't recognize us. We're not famous. We're not in positions of power where we have all these people underneath us marching to the beat of our drum. Why do we think that we're supposed to behave the same way all the guys who are underneath us? That's never happened in the history of the world. Powerful men they should move in a sense where their character shouldn't be in the toilet. But when it comes to having more than one woman, we look at that like, oh my gosh, he's a scum of the earth. And it's like, what are we talking about? Even Pookie's and Ray Ray's more than one woman. How the hell a guy become that rare, that unique, and has all these women on planet Earth trying to get with them, and we expect them to have the same humility, I guess, as Humble Dad probably would have.
So, Cloud, real quick, how do you feel about the spiritual aspect of it? Do you think that had anything to do with it?
You said how do I feel about
the video? I don't know if you caught the second part of that video, but the man described it as a demon of the spirit of lust. He emphasized on spirit and emphasized on demon. And
Like,
he's
you
saying
ain't
that he's
answering my
behaving
question,
like
Trey.
that. No, we got you. Will, you went off on a tangent.
I
Are we
don't.
still here? And then
Like
you went over there.
me.
We gonna
No,
come
why
back
y'all-
around. We got you, Will.
For me, I think there's a possibility that there is such thing as this, demon spirit of lust. But I think that specifically religious people kind of use that. You know what I mean? Like it's like a thing to use to be able to say, hey, this is why you shouldn't have sex, because it's a demon spirit. But it's like, I think more realistically, what most people are experiencing when they're experiencing lust isn't a demon. Of course, there might be that, a sex demon out there that got people doing all type of twisted, freaky shit, on Diddy levels. But I think on the everyday, day-to-day level, it's a biological drive. You know what I mean? Like it's a chemical reaction. You see women, you get turned on. It's not like a conscious thought, like guys are just going around saying, I'm going to be attracted to women today. It's like, it just is what it is. Like and you learn that from your little boy. Like it's not conscious, the fact that you like them, it just is what it is. So it's like that desire, people love to call it some type of demon, but we didn't create ourselves, right? Like I'm not God. I didn't sit there in a room and form me, and I didn't put a penis on my body, and I didn't make the nerves function the way they do, and I didn't make the chemical reactions happen when I see women. God did that. So me, I don't really question God's work. You know what I'm saying? Like history has shown me that 99.999% of men fall to lust. So is it really a demon, or is it just the nature of man? Because 99.9999% of men fall to lust. Most men in life have had sex with more than one woman. Most men, even the married ones, even the religious ones, the pastors, the wisest men in the Bible had multiple women. The men that were considered men after God's own heart, King David, perfect example, was listed in the Bible as a man after God's own heart. He has the heart of God, and King David still had multiple women. He still sent Uriah's wife to go die. I mean, he still sent Uriah to go die so that he could have his woman. And when that happened, you want to know what God said? God didn't say, yo, it was messed up that you did. He said it was messed up, but he said the reason why he said it was messed up, he said you should have come to me. I could have given you more wives. It was only God was only mad that he took someone else's wife, not that he wanted more. So if
Trev,
what happened to his kingdom though?
Bombs for clout, bro.
Yeah, so if you're going,
I got something for him.
If you're going off the
biblical standard. I gotta remember something happened to David's kingdom as a result.
Stop it, humble dad.
No, but the thing is, what happened to David's kingdom was not because he wanted additional women. What happened was he violated the law by taking someone else's woman. He transgressed another man, and that's what caused the backlash. Even with Solomon, like people love to say, "Oh, Solomon lost his position because of his wives." That's not why he lost his position. He lost his position because he started following his wives' gods.
Yeah.
So once he was being led by his wives. That's where his demise came from, not by having them,
in the corner
but
like
by
this.
following them. You know what I'm saying? So,
but what was humble dad going with that? Like King David's son is
I had to make
Solomon.
the argument over somebody else, so I was waiting to see what somebody else. Klaus stepped in to make it for me, so I'm.
But he said he lost his kingdom. King David's son is Solomon.
Yeah.
That means his lineage continued to reign. It's not like Moses. Moses lost everything.
Man, Job too. Job only had one John, and he lost his ass and got me. You know what I'm saying? Like God took everything from his ass. So
Job
like Job was a faithful brother. He was faithful as hell, and God said, "Yeah, man, I need to fuck shit up for you a little bit. I need to test you a little more." But all the niggas that had multiple wives, God wasn't taking their wives from him, so I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, brother.
Samson was running through him.
Samson was running through him, yeah.
Running
and what happened?
him.
It wasn't running through him that made him lose his strength. It was telling her his business. Once he submitted to her and told her his business, told her his weakness, that's when he lost his shit.
Killing people.
As long as he kept killing and slaying these hoes, he would have been good. But he wanted the pillow talk.
Yeah, I think that.
HD, do you have a response to that?
What's that?
I see you had a response to that.
He gonna argue with the Bible?
I'm not arguing with the Bible. I'm arguing with you.
Trev, you can't.
So do you? So you think that says that men should have multiple wives?
Yes.
Even though the Bible,
I wasn't making an argument for should or shouldn't. I was saying that's what men do.
It doesn't prescribe it, but it gives rules around doing it, so it can.
Humble dad. Didn't the Bible permit it?
Listen, it's two constants in the universe.
Did Abraham get to sleep with multiple women?
Listen, it's two constant things that are guaranteed to happen on this planet. One of them is men wanting multiple women, and the second one is women selling pussy. Those are two things that will happen from the beginning to the end of time. Two constants.
I mean, Rahab is in the lineage, so I'm understanding what you're saying, but at the same time, God did not make multiple wives for Adam, right? So and then if you go to the New Testament, it talks about that leaders should only.
Well, no, that's incorrect as well.
Hold on. Let him finish. Let him drop his knowledge.
And then in the New Testament, it says, as leaders, you should only be husband to one wife. It says,
yes, the Bible specifically says a deacon should be the husband to one wife. But if you want to get technical, right? If we're reading the complete biblical text, and I don't know if you've read the book of Enoch, but according to the book of Enoch, Eve was not the only wife that was given to Adam. According to the book of Enoch, he was originally given Lilith, and Lilith would not comply, and Lilith wouldn't comply with him, and so then God made Eve because Lilith ran off.
Well, let's go with the 66 books for him, Clout. Let's not include the book of Enoch. Listen, so humble dad, was Adam and Eve the first man and woman on earth?
Yes, according to the Bible, yes.
No, not according to the Bible.
Yes.
Who did they go live with? When they got
they weren't the first man and woman. They were the first ones made in the garden.
Read the Bible. Well, they quoted to me. The scripture.
Do I need to quote the scripture?
Because there were people in the earth. There were people in the earth when they left the garden.
I can't quote it, but I have to look it up. But let me tell you, when Cain killed Abel, and God banished him from the land, he said, "People, if they find me, they will kill me." What people? If it's
that's why he had to market Cain.
If it's just Adam and Eve and they got two sons, what people can kill Cain? Because remember, he's still in the garden, right? He's still in the garden.
But that doesn't mean that Adam and Eve wasn't first in the garden. What are you talking about?
No,
first in the garden, but they were not the only ones.
Listen, if they was first, humble dad. If they was first, they would have had to create the other people.
Yes.
Or are you saying that God created Adam and Eve and then he created some more people? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that at all. I don't know that because it's not.
Listen to me. Hear me out. The Bible states that if Cain was afraid that people will kill,
I'm familiar,
right? So listen to what I'm saying. God would have had to create Adam and Eve, and then he would have had to create some other people. Because if he only created Adam and Eve would have had to create the people that would have killed Cain.
Okay.
So Adam and Eve did not create them. Right. I know. So listen, what I'm saying is we have to at least have a general understanding that God created Adam and Eve, and then he had to create some other people.
That's very possible.
Adam and Eve, no, it has to be. Because otherwise, Adam and Eve created the people that would have killed Cain.
That's also possible. Do you not know how long they lived, my dude? They lived to be 900 some years old.
Okay, man. All right.
Right? And so
he was just worried about his brothers and sisters killing him. That's what he was worried about. Like he killed his brother.
I'm only going by what's there, not what I'm speaking.
Oh, you're picking and choosing. Shout out to me.
I'm not picking and choosing at all.
Yeah, you are.
So let me ask you the question that you said. The statement was that Adam and Eve was not first. That's what was saying.
Right. Correct? So I'm going to build a case to address
Hold on. You're not letting each other finish up.
Yeah,
he ain't playing fair.
But Will, I did not argue for or against if God made other people. I didn't say yes or no to that, right? What I said was that God made Adam and Eve first, and my argument was that He made Adam and Eve, and He did not make Adam with multiple wives. That's what I said.
I heard
right?
you. I
It
heard
says
you.
in that scripture, it said that you would leave your. It says you would leave your mother and your father. You would cling to one another. Right? It did not say cling to others. Yes, there were men in the Bible
Have
that
a
had
mother and father, though, so
wives.
that doesn't
That is
apply
a
to them.
statement. But once when you go into the New Covenant, which is what is the New Testament, it clearly tells you that you're only supposed to have one wife. Now, men have made it to where they want to have multiple wives to flex, I guess, or to say that this is something that is cool with them. And I understand that. But if you're going from a biblical perspective, then I'm giving you the biblical perspective. Now, if you want to tell me about Muslim or Islamic or Buddhist or things of that nature, then that's a different conversation.
I said,
But
let's keep it on the 66
I'm sorry, but
books. I'm challenging you with the 66 books, and I'm not even a Bible scholar. I'm saying this.
You're right about that.
Well, it don't matter.
There's an entire guideline in Leviticus
you
on how to have multiple wives.
Question.
Right? Like there's entire guidelines in the Bible on how to have multiple wives. So if you believe that the Bible is the word of God, and the word of God gives guidelines on how to have multiple wives, then how can you make the argument that it's not somehow part of God's plan?
Read it to me.
I can find it. I'll find it right
Please.
now. Give me a second.
Yeah.
But that's crazy because you want us to take your word for it, but we got to read you the scripture.
Humble that if he find it,
it's in
that,
yes.
If he find it, will you take on a second wife? If he find it and is legitimately in there?
No, because we're not under the old covenant, which is the Old Testament. The New Testament talks about there only being a husband only being having one wife. That's
but if he can find it, if he finds it though, and it's in there, would you consider?
You know, it's definitely in the New Testament though. I mean, what he's going to be reading from is the Old Testament. But
But are we no longer to follow the Old Testament, Humble Dad?
Are you a Christian?
Humble, see,
That's a real.
Aren't the Ten Commandments in the Old Testament?
Questions, bro.
Hold on. Aren't the Ten Commandments in the Old Testament?
Listen, if you're not
okay to kill and steal, it's okay to have multiple gods and kill and steal.
Are you asking me a question? Are you asking me a question?
Yeah. I'm saying that if the Ten Commandments are part of the Old Testament, and you're saying that we're no longer under the Old Covenant, then essentially you're saying it's okay to kill, it's okay to steal.
No, that's not what I said. You're talking about a totally different argument. The conversation that we were talking about was husband and wife, right?
No, we're talking about the New and Old Testament too.
But
You the one brought that dynamic up.
Okay, cool. So the Old Testament, right, and is a part of the New Testament. When Jesus was talking, he said it's two commandments that we should follow. That's love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and love your neighbors as yourself. Those were the two main things. Then when he talks about the fact that we live under the law even furthermore, which is that we should have a heart posture more so than what they was doing back in the day. They was trying to say this is exactly what you should do, A, B, C, and D. When they made the Levitical laws, some of those were just man written outside of God's law. Right, so I don't know if you know about that. Right, it's like 660 something.
The Bible is the word of God.
How do you get to this? How do you get to determine that?
I'm not determining that. You can read it. That's the Levitical law. That was under the. It was under.
Here's my question: is it in the Bible?
Yes. You just said you're a Bible scholar, so I mean I don't understand.
I don't have to be a Bible scholar to know how to read. I'm saying I don't exegete text.
So let me answer the first question that you asked because
you're gonna ask me questions when you ain't answering none of mine.
I did answer your question, but you asked a different question before about. I asked you, "Are you a Christian?"
Okay, but you asked me that question when I asked you a question first. Did I not ask you a question first?
I said because if you're not a Christian, then it's not for you.
Okay, right? What is a Christian? Okay, I'm not a Christian. I am not a Christian.
Okay.
So are you telling me then I don't have to follow the New Testament?
If you're not a Christian.
Okay, so are you a Christian?
Yes.
Okay. Were the 12 disciples Christians?
Yes, because they
No,
were.
they were not.
Will you listen? They
Well,
were.
I would definitely listen to you. I'm telling
They
you,
were not. They were not called Christian. They were called Christians later, as an insult because they were followers of Christ, which is what a Christian by definition is.
Sir, were they Christians?
Not right at the time, but later on in that particular century, they were considered Christians.
Were they still alive when they were considered Christians?
Some of them were, some of them were not. If you go
So
to
the
Acts,
ones who were dead, were they ever Christians?
yes, because the definition of Christian is follower of Christ, my dude.
And when did that come about? Wait, when did that come about?
Is that true? What's the definition of Christian, Will?
Yeah, people say people who follow Jesus. But I can assure you that people who follow Jesus were not Christians. There was also people who followed Jesus that were not Christians. So I asked you, the 12 disciples, were they all Christians? You say some of them were. And it's like, okay.
No, I said based on the definition, all of them were Christians.
I hear you, sir.
All right. Hold on. I just want to read you a particular Bible verse just to give you an example, right?
Yes.
Right after you, Clout, we're gonna go to DJ Fresh. We're gonna try to get a couple people in that didn't get a chance to speak. But go ahead. I want you to finish that up first.
All right. So I'm gonna give you a perfect example of how it gives guidelines for having two wives. It says, Deuteronomy 21:15-17. It says, if a man has two wives and he loves one but not the other, and both bear him sons, but the firstborn is a son of the wife he does love, when he wills his property to his sons, he must not give the rights of the firstborn to the son of the wife he loves in preference to his actual firstborn, the son of the wife that he does not love. He must acknowledge the son of his unloved wife as the firstborn by giving him a double share of all he has. That son is the first sign of the father's strength. The right of the firstborn belongs to him. So the Bible gives an outline for how you're even supposed to split up your inheritance in the case that you have multiple wives, and even in the case where you love one more than the other, meaning your second one you love more than your first one. It still says that the child of the first one should still get the majority of the inheritance because he's your first blood. So in my opinion, if God is giving law on how to have multiple wives and do it correctly, that must mean that it's part of his plan. That's how my logic would break that down, because or else it would say it would never list any guidelines. It would just say, don't do it, it's wrong. Like, you know,
that's in the Old Testament, so he gonna disregard it.
Hold on, y'all. We got to get a couple cats in there.
Yeah, but the 10 Commandments are also in the Old Testament.
Exactly.
So we can't make this argument, you know, like, for example, that the creation story is in the Old Testament. So we can't discredit the Old Testament and then
nobody did. That's crazy.
No. I'm not saying you did. All right. Maybe discredit is the wrong word, but you said we're not under that covenant anymore. But you used an example from that covenant to make your first point, which was Adam and Eve.
I said,
that's Genesis. That's as first covenant as it gets. That's as first testament as it gets. You know what I mean?
Yes, that is correct.
Go ahead, Fresh.
Go ahead.
I mean, I've been in church in a decade, so but it's very interesting. I think for the most part, I think, you know, Trev, me and you had a kind of a conversation about it, but eventually we're going to be to a point to where some folks aren't going to have a choice as far as ladies, as far as whether they want to, if they want to be under the covering of a man, they're probably going to be in a position where they may have to share. As long as you have competition in the workforce and you have to compete against men, then there's going to be, you know, sometimes where, like now, where there's a lot of women that are getting pushed out of the workforce or having to compete harder for a little bit less, regardless of the amount of time that they've spent in college and the debt that they may have to pay back to. So as you get forced into this corner, you may be put in a position to where you're going to have to share. And to what Will was talking about earlier, talking about men maybe not having to capitulate to the idea of monogamy, and folks having a problem with it. Well, I mean, I've heard countless women mention that they would rather cry in a Bentley than, you know, be happy in a Honda Accord. So I believe that many understand the idea that they may have to share. But it is, if they can get away with being able to not share and take from somebody by using societal norms against them, they will.
Bro, thank you for that. But I think Humble Dad can attest to this. I don't want to put you on the spot, like bring your relationship to question or anything like that. But I made an argument on this show a few months ago talking about how married men don't even be having sex like that. And Hink was giving me all kind of pushback. I don't know about you. I'll get coochie every day, And so, and I'm trying to tell him, I'm like, look, the average married dude is not even sleeping with their wives, and it's not because he don't want to sleep with them. It's like a lot of women people. I'm just not gonna put it all on women. People get in routines, and when they go for long periods of time and they're not sexually engaging with each other on a regular basis, it just becomes their new norm. There's been a lot of women, maybe they said it jokingly, but they will be okay with their husband stepping out and smashing another chick so she ain't got to do it. Now, Humble Dad, would you agree with that, or do you think that's far off?
Which part?
The part where a lot of married people don't sleep with each other.
Based on the stats, that's not true.
Where did they get the stats from? Who they ask?
Could we get a baseline of what people actually think it is then? Because you said so. Just real quick. Will, you said you said a lot, right? You didn't use a specific word, right?
He said most, but
that could be. You said most. Okay, well, all right. So that means more than half, at least.
Yeah,
more than
that's what he said.
Yeah, I believe way more than half. I believe
10 toes down,
65%.
Okay, perfect. That's a perfect. Okay, now you got something. Go ahead, Humble Dad. What you got?
I'm saying if we going by based on how people be feeling, then we could be right all day. Right?
Feeling.
Yeah. What you got something that shows that?
You don't have nothing to show it either.
Yes, I do. I said I just looked it up. I would have agreed with you before I looked it up.
What is the stats?
It says, where is it at? It says around 15 to 20% of U.S. marriages are considered sexless. But numbers can reach at 40% in older adults. And some experts suggest overall ratings are rising, with studies showing significant declines in partner sex frequency across age groups since the 2000s.
Right. I'm not saying 65% of marriages are sexless. I'm saying they barely interact with each other sexually.
It said defined as less than 10 times a year. That's what that just showed. That's what that percentage.
Sexless is defined as less than 10 times a year?
Once a month.
That's what they're defining sexless as? If it's once a month?
Yes.
Yes, I wouldn't define sexless as once a month. I would define sexless as not happening at all. That's what I would define it as. If they want to make up terms, because if you have
zero, it's less, so zero.
An incel don't have sex, but can we call somebody an incel they have sex once a month?
Hold on, Will. I just want to clarify something. Humble Dad, does this account for so for example, if I don't have sex with my wife for 6 months, and then for 2 months we have sex 12 times in that span, and then I go another 4 months or so without sex again, does it account for like that, or is it saying like literally we had sex 10 times at least once a month?
I didn't dig deep into that. I just gave you.
I would argue that if you go 6 months or if you go 3 months without sex with your wife,
I'm just saying. I know what I'm saying is I know that there are guys that don't have sex. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the information that we just be saying just because we want to hear ourselves talk.
How many guys do you know, Humble Dad? Because you know multiple men who ain't having sex with their wives.
I'm not. What I said was I can't go by my own experience. I'm looking at the data, which says something. I literally said I would have agreed with you if I didn't look it up.
Right, but y'all act like data. Y'all act like all this data is accurate. First and foremost, so
we got to say that you accurate every time you say something too.
People tell me I'm wrong all the time. I just disagree with them.
Yo, can I throw in this question?
Would you say? And I'm not trying to be in your business like that, so I'm not trying to get graphic on your business. But would you say you and your wife are like? Like these brothers was claiming they don't go more than 3 days without having this. I mean, 2 days. Like 3 days will be a drop.
Listen, bro, I'm in there when I get off. I mean, we active, bro.
Niggas be lying.
Hold on. All right. This is my question, right? This is my question, right? So I'm gonna give y'all two scenarios. Okay, so there's one guy. There's one guy who has sex. Let's say he has sex once a month, right? But every once a month he has sex with a different woman. But he only likes to do it missionary. That's all he does. He's not into nothing freaky. He just does missionary. That's it. Once a month. That's it. Then you got a married guy who has sex with his wife 2 times a day, every day. Which one of them is lustful or more lustful? Which one of them is more inflicted by this lust demon? The guy who's having sex once a month with different women in one position, or the guy who's having sex twice a day with his wife in multiple positions, doing everything freaky, everything under the sun? Who's the one inflicted by the lust demon?
I would. Well, when we're talking about the lust demon, that's like if you're getting into it to the point that it's a detriment to your everyday, right?
No, it could be you can lust after your own wife.
Right, because there seems that's why I asked the question, because
I know, Cloud. Listen, it's a lose-lose.
Lust is this thing, but then when you're doing it with your wife, it's not lust. But then again, there are people who have sex with their wife all the time, can't stop having sex, and then there's people who are single who have sex every once in a while, and most of their focus is on getting money. But usually we would call the person who's having more infrequent sex, but just with different people, we would say that person lacks sexual discipline. But we would say that the person who's fucking his wife every 30 minutes has sexual discipline simply because they're married.
It's not the same.
It's not acting like
lusting for your wife.
Suggestion is to get married if you lack self-control. That's the suggestion in the Bible. Paul says better to marry than to burn, because if you can't control yourself, your lust, that's when you need to get married. So technically married is for the people who cannot control their lust.
Is it a big deal to lust for your wife though? Is that a big deal?
I don't think it's a big deal, but earlier in the conversation, lust was presented as though it was demonic or some type of
selfish deed.
It's a demon. How is lust a selfish deed if you lust for your wife?
Because it's selfish.
How is it selfish if your wife is lusting?
Hold on, real quick.
You want to have sex with your wife. Your wife wants to have sex with you. You're both in a state of lust.
Maybe it's me. Y'all just need to read a little bit more than what you feel.
Humble Dad, can you give me an example of how one can lust for their wives? To you,
if you treat her as if she's just a sexual object.
What if that's what she wants?
What if
your wife wants you to the Bible also says the bed of marriage is undefiled. So what you're saying doesn't matter.
No, you're not. You don't listen well. I understand.
No, you just said that there's a way to mistreat your wife sexually. The Bible says the bed of marriage is undefiled.
All right, Cloud, we can't hear him talk.
Bro, you just be saying stuff because you read it before. Listen,
the Bible, bro. That's the Bible.
No, it was when you're talking about the song. I think you're talking about the Song of Solomon, and it was him talking about how he loved his wife and he wanted to be with her as much as all.
I didn't bring up Songs of Solomon at all, so you're the one who's not listening well.
No, I'm saying that's where it's at, though. Is what I'm saying to you.
What's that? What are you saying is in the Songs of Solomon?
Well, we're talking about the marriage bed is undefiled.
Right.
Okay. Right. So I'm saying to you, lust is a selfish desire. The Bible also talks about
what? What are you basing that opinion off of?
Are you gonna let me finish? Lust is the definition. The definition of lust is a sexual desire. So your sexual desire.
You just said selfish. So it's sexual.
Hello, Cloud. Just let him drop. Let him finish his story. He's not going to interrupt you neither.
Real quick, you just
hold on. Let him finish the whole joint. Just let him.
You need someone else to have sex. So how can sex?
Lock his ass up. You don't know definitions, my dude. Like, I wish you understood definitions and don't just talk. Right. So if you look at the definition of lust, we already stated was a sexual desire. Right. So
you said it was a selfish desire.
It's a sexual desire. When you're desiring something, that's you. Okay. So that's a selfish thing when you look at your wife in a lustful way.
That's the part I can't understand. That part that you keep saying. You keep saying that sexual desire is somehow inherently selfish.
Y'all going at the same time. Y'all going at this. All you got 3 people talking right now. Hold on.
Just stop talking.
Let Cloud finish it because he was in the middle of a sentence.
He didn't even let me finish. What I'm saying to you is that you can lust after your wife. You can even read, if you just Google real quick, can you be lustful of your wife? Is that good? Just do that for a moment. and see what it says. Okay, so if you are, so the Bible talks about your body is hers and her body is yours. Okay, so
how's it selfish?
It's because when you are wanting her in the way of like a porn star in pornography, if you're looking at her in that particular type of way, is all she is to you is a sex partner, then that is wrong.
But her body is mine, is it not? Is that not what the Bible says? That her body is mine and my body is her, and we are one. So if we are one, then how is it lustful for me to desire my oneness? How is it
Because if
lustful
you
for me
only
to
want
desire
her
my
for
partner that
that,
I'm one with?
because if you only want her for that, then that is wrong.
Hold on, Clark. I might be able to provide something here.
But the thing is, no. First off, no one made the. First off, lust doesn't automatically entail that that's the only thing you want. So lusting after your wife, if I'm looking at my wife with a hard dick, that doesn't mean that that's the only thing I want from her ever. That doesn't mean I don't love her. That doesn't mean I don't care for her when my dick's not hard. That just means right now my dick is hard and I want her to satisfy me. And she very well may want to be satisfied by me. So if we both mutually want to satisfy each other, where's the selfishness in that? That's the part.
Then that's not lust, though.
That is lust. I want sex from her. I want a nut, and she wants a nut.
Definition.
We're not doing this because we're both
consuming,
hungry. We're not doing this because we're both thirsty. We're not
objectifying
doing
your
this because we're both
spouse
tired. We're doing it because we want a nut.
Seeing your wife like someone in pornography, detached from her personhood, ignoring her needs, desires, and consent for your own pleasure, a disordered desire for sexual pleasure isolated from love and the unitive purpose of marriage. I just read you a definition.
Just because that's the definition does not mean that it fits the criteria of selfishness. That's what I'm saying. The definition does not say it is inherently selfish. You're ascribing selfishness to the definition. And that's what I'm saying. You're incorrect.
I think his specific example of in that scenario of somebody being selfish is him saying the husband wants to have.
You mean rape?
Possibly
That's the only way.
More sex than she does.
Hold on, I have a question for you, Humble Dad. So if I
hold up, Trev, one finish it. Let him go. He was
no. That's what I was gonna say. So I mean, it according to the definition, yeah, the word selfishness, I guess, separates these arguments.
So Humble Dad, can I desire sex in a non-humble way from my wife? I mean, in a non-selfish way from my wife.
Can you desire her in a non-selfish way?
Yeah, can I desire sex from my wife in a non-selfish way?
Yes.
Now, back to Clout's question. If I desire sex from my wife in a non-selfish way 2 times a day, every day, is that lust?
No.
Okay. And what if it's 3 or 4 times a day, every day?
It's not about the matter. It's not about the times that you want to have sex. That's not what lust is.
People are not having sex out here because they're not horny. Like, what are you talking about?
This is meant with all disrespect. Do y'all actually understand definitions matter? Like when we talking,
you're the one adding words to definitions, not me. You're the one who added selfish to the definition of lust. You're the only one that's misunderstanding definitions in the conversation. You're trying to twist them and make
do me
a
a
point.
favor. Go read what selfishness.
All right,
lust
I'm gonna read the definition of lust because I have it right here in front of my screen.
Oh, you're the Black Pierce Morgan. You know that?
Lust, very strong sexual desire. Noun, verb, have a strong sexual desire for someone. Nowhere in here does the word selfish exist at all. You're making that up.
Your wife. Then you go to your
Lust
wife.
is not something that's exclusive to your wife. Lust itself is sexual desire. So if your wife looks at you and her vagina gets wet, she is lusting for you. That's what lust is.
Can you lust for your wife?
Yes. If I look at my wife and I want to have sex with her, that is lust.
Hey, hold on, y'all, because I know Humble Dad probably gonna cut out in a little bit, and I want to catch this before he cut out. But sir, I ducks no smoke. So I got a question for you, sir.
Thanks.
This is disingenuous.
Are you of the mindset that the bedroom cannot be defiled by a husband and wife?
Yes, I'm under that mindset. Yes.
Oh, so you're okay with sodomy?
No.
Wait a second.
You just said it can't be undefiled.
You just said it can't be defiled.
Oh, so y'all want to play with words?
Oh, I'm playing with words.
Logic, we're playing with.
Go read. How about you? Give me. Go to the scripture that says it. I bet you can't even find it. Go to the scripture that says it.
Hold on, sir. Hold on. Just hold on a second.
Yeah, go to the scripture.
don't tell me to go to the scripture. If you want to make a claim, you have to go to the scripture. So
why? You what?
Sir,
Hold on.
okay, I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna try this again. Simple question. Are you of the mindset that the bedroom cannot be defiled by a husband and wife?
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, that's my fault. Okay,
thank you.
That's my fault. So yes, there is a way to defile the marriage bed. Yes,
that's not what the Bible says. That's blasphemy.
Yeah, but here's the thing now, humble dad.
Bible doesn't say that. You're contradicting the word of God right now, my brother.
I'm glad you said that, but now I got something else to ask you because this is gonna be a conundrum. Where did you get the initial notion that the bedroom cannot be defiled?
Cannot be defiled?
From Hebrews 13:4.
Where did you get that original notion?
It says, "Let the marriage bed be undefiled, not defiled."
No, it says. Oh man.
Do you know what defiled means?
Wow, now you want.
What is it? What is this saying? It says marriage bed.
Just got you to retract what you said. Now you want to try to hit me with "Do I know what?"
Can the marriage bed be defiled?
It says marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled.
And what is
undefiled? You want me to read a translation of that?
No. I want you to give me the definition of undefiled. What is that?
Undefiled means not defiled.
No, that's not how you give a definition.
That's exactly what it means, though.
That's not how you give it. So you don't know.
I just gave you a definition. Undefiled is not be defiled.
You can't use a word to describe a word.
I didn't. The word is undefiled, and defiled is another word, which is why I can use defiled.
You cannot do that. This is what I'm talking about.
I can, because undefiled means not defiled. Not and defiled are
so
two different words than undefiled.
What does defile mean then?
That's a whole different question, and I would read you the exact
what does
definition.
Defile mean then?
Like, what are we talking about, bro? Like
you don't know. You just be saying
is sully, mar, or spoil, which means the bed of marriage is unspoilable. You cannot spoil the bed of marriage. You can't defile it, sully, or mar.
So you're saying that the Bible is saying that you can have other women in your bed.
Where did you get that from? And you say I don't.
What do you mean by so? What do you mean by unspoiled?
It means that
you were doing
the
this
bed of marriage is undefiled. Means that anything sexual that goes on between a husband and wife is perfectly okay to do. There is no way that their sexual activity can defile them. That is why their bed is undefiled, because their marriage is honorable.
So
get it?
What I'm saying is
they're married, they are one. So their bed.
What I'm saying is that if you bring in another person, but if you bring in another person,
nobody talked about bringing another person. You keep.
So then
it was talking about sodomy, right?
Sodomy isn't bringing in another person.
Yeah, y'all was talking about sodomy.
Sodomy is not bringing in another person.
Yeah,
sodomy is anal sex. So what? So I don't know if. So who doesn't understand definitions?
But if sodomy if sodomy would be an abomination, wouldn't that automatically mean that you couldn't do it in the marriage bed?
This is the conundrum. That's what I tried to tell the brother. He don't want to talk to me. He want to argue with Clap.
I'm saying that's what humble dad would be going towards. Like, that's fine to say that sodomy is already an abomination. So, it's kind of a no-brainer that you wouldn't do that.
No. Because that's where the conundrum comes in. Because if the marriage bed is undefiled, meaning anything goes, but sodomy is a sin, if you sodomize your wife, the bedroom has just become defiled.
Humble dad, help me out. Wouldn't that mean that that sodomy is not in the anything part of anything goes?
Well, that's the conundrum. Where does it specify? That's why I asked him, where did you get this original notion that the marriage bed basically can't be defiled? Everybody say that. Oh, in marriage, anything goes. That's my wife. Okay.
When you say anything,
where you get that from?
There are so many things to extrapolate from anything.
So I asked the question to understand where a person stands and how they derive to that conclusion. Then I ask another question, like, well, what about this over here? To see if their logic can hold water against the second line.
And then when you said anything, then you said sodomy, right?
You first said yes, because you didn't think through it. And then when I got your ass with the gotcha, then you was like, oh, you right. and I appreciate you.
I said that, yes.
Yes, and there's nothing wrong with conceiving.
But then you said with sodomite. You said with sodomite.
Will, does the Bible say that the marriage bed can't be defiled? The Bible says that.
I don't say that.
Hebrews 13:4. If y'all want to read it yourself, go to Google. Hebrews 13:4.
I believe I read it in the Bible, but I also know that sodomy is a sin.
Humble that. Why do we act like we don't have ChatGPT?
Too many voices.
Does the Bible say that?
What the Bible said.
The marriage bed can't be defiled.
It's what it say. So you know,
dirty, unclean, impure.
13:4. Let marriage be held in honor among all, and let the marriage bed be undefiled. For God will judge the sexually immoral and adulterous. Is what it says.
So I asked the question.
Defilement isn't just about adultery, but any misuse of sexual intimacy, including introducing unrealistic portrayals like porn.
Yeah.
So,
example, you can defile your bed.
Porn isn't an unrealistic portrayal. It's just recording of people doing what people do in the bedroom. Like that's all it is.
If you do anal with your wife, can you defile the marriage bed?
I don't think so.
Well,
so you literally just said sodomy is cool.
Yes, but sodomy is a sin, though.
It's not a sin technically.
What is the definition of sodomy?
Anal sex is sodomy.
Really? Okay.
You don't know what sodomy is? I gotta spell everything out for y'all.
Humble Dad, what do you know the definition to be?
Well, when I hear the word, I'm thinking
intercourse involving anal population. That is sodomy.
I was thinking about sodomy.
Oral sex is sodomy too. Look at
You
that.
was thinking about what, Humble Dad?
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Sexual intercourse involving anal or oral copulation.
If y'all know it's gonna be hard. If y'all
wait a minute.
It's right there.
Let's stick with the definition on the screen, ladies and definition.
gentlemen.
Is there a biblical definition and then a new connotation now?
We don't need no new definitions. We got it right there on the screen. Y'all can all read it.
No, I know. I already knew that. I know what that means. It basically means
toppy. You're a sodomite.
Yeah. See,
yes.
You're defiling
that's
your
always been
marriage,
included as long as that definition has been read. But I don't. But what I'm asking is, when it was written in the Bible, is it something different than what this was? Because I know Webster's terms
better not be going down on your wives. That's sodomy.
Is sodomy just something with a man?
Is it different? No. It just means unnatural sex altogether.
The butt of the mouth.
Yes, sodomy is penetrating a woman's mouth or her butt. That's sodomy.
Or man's.
If your wife ever gave you some top,
that means they're making up words now.
That means I just put a whole definition on the screen and the man said we're making up words.
So what words? Hold on, Humble Dad.
I put a whole dictionary definition on the screen and the man said we're making up words.
You said sodomy is.
Read. Don't listen to what I'm saying. Read it. I'm putting it on the screen for you, brother.
I wasn't looking at the screen. I can't see that.
Hold on, guys. I think it's fair.
Sodomy. Go to Google and type in sodomy.
I think it's fair that Humble Dad defines sodomy himself, since he's so big on definitions. I think it's fair that he actually give us an answer instead of telling us what he thinks. Actually, tell us what sodomy.
It said the definition that I see is sexual intercourse involving anal or oral copulation is what it says in the definition.
What I just said.
So you accept that as the definition.
Say it again.
So you accept that as the definition?
Yes, sure. I accept that as a definition.
So maybe there's a biblical definition that only includes.
That's what I was asking. That's what I was asking before.
So as a Christian, can your wife suck on your Johnson?
I think that it's more so not.
The more y'all talk, the more that he gets to get away from this question.
No, I'm asking him a direct question. See, I'm not. I'm Humble Dad, as a Christian that you profess to be, can your wife suck on your Johnson?
Yes.
So that's not lust. If your wife is giving you top, that's not for procreation. That's not lust. I'm done. This is
sodomy. That would be sodomy.
Are you gonna let him answer it?
Yeah, we
got to answer it.
What do you say?
Why they say HD like this?
But that's not lust somehow for him to get top.
Humble Dad, is that sodomy?
You can't make a baby with her mouth, my brother.
That would be sodomy.
That's
and it
lust.
would be a sin.
Like, what are we talking about?
Hold on.
Wait.
Humble Dad, is that sodomy? Do you accept that?
The definition is sodomy, but as it relates to the marriage bed, it would not be going.
That is pro sodomy.
Marriage bed now changes words.
How can you? What can support what you just said? What do you have?
That is pro sodomy.
That is different in marriage than not in marriage.
Say
that.
Say I didn't hear that.
Sodomite.
what evidence do you have to support what you just said, that sodomy in marriage is not sodomy?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't say that it's not sodomy. If I did, that's not what I meant to say. What I'm saying is that
So your wife can sodomize you.
in the if her and you are okay with that, then
so if you okay with
So
saying
wait. So then
So
we'll
long as y'all
clarify
both
that.
ain't
So
cahoots with each
wait.
other.
So Humble Dad, you're going on a record saying that oral, would you include the bum too, or no? Just oral is not considered to be sodomy with your wife, or no?
I haven't seen that be an issue as it relates to other than like bringing other people into the bedroom.
We didn't ask you what.
No. I said, well, pretty much a backdoor. Is that a go?
His wife brought someone else to the bedroom.
Anal. Just say what you're saying.
My understanding is everything's a go. Is what I'm saying to you. If you read,
everything's a go. Okay.
If you read Song of Solomon, and if you even just deep dive it, you will see.
So then it's okay to lust after your wife because everything's a go. So that kills your initial point. You just killed your initial point, which was that you should not lust after your wife. You just said there's nothing wrong that you could do. So you're allowed to lust after your wife. It's okay to have sexual desire for your wife, even if that includes sodomy, according to Humble Dad. So next topic.
Do you believe God's initial intentions? Because you wanted to go back to Adam and Eve and what God initially intended. Do you believe He initially intended for us to be running up our wives' backside?
Are you married?
This nigga questions.
You asked me about me.
Dodging them joints.
I don't mind answering your questions, but you shouldn't be answering my question with a question.
I'm saying I think that he's cool with how sex.
Why are you not answering my question? Why are you answering my question?
Literally just answered your question. I said I think it's fine. Is what I just said. I think that it's fine.
I didn't ask you if you think it's fine. Do you know what my question was?
You said, "Do I think that God wanted you run up your wife's backside?" Is that what you said?
That would be yes. I believe God wants us to do that, or no, I don't believe God.
I just said yes.
Wow. So, but this is the same guy that originally said it's wrong to lust after your wife. That would run up in her booty. That's not lust.
I don't know what y'all think y'all doing, but y'all ain't doing a good job.
No, I just don't think that you can perceive how good of a job we're doing. I just don't.
No,
I think
you're not doing a good job at all.
I don't think you really realize what's happening to your point.
But yes, I'm sure that you think you did something.
But you don't even know. You didn't even know what the definition of sodomy was. So I don't think I did something.
But I'm okay with saying that I didn't. I said what I thought it was, and I'm okay with being correct.
I didn't have to do anything. You've contradicted yourself. You did it to yourself. I don't have to do nothing.
Yeah,
you don't even know what you believe in, so I'm comfortable with that. Yeah, man.
Very sure what I believe.
I'm comfortable with that. I'm happy with that, knowing that you don't know what the fuck you believe in.
No, you don't know what you believe in.
I know more about the Bible than you, and I don't even profess to be a Christian.
You don't really know.
That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing, and that's why people don't respect Christians. Honestly, I ain't got no money. That's why people don't respect y'all, buddy. Y'all don't know. Y'all
do that.
Nah, people don't respect you. People respect me.
People respect me fine. I don't know where you get that from, buddy.
Oh, motherfucker.
All right, Trev, let's
move on.
Ain't that crazy?
We might have another clip.
Man said it's okay to go in your wife's booty, but not lust after her. That's hilarious.
You disagree, Carl?
No, but I believe that if you're going in her booty, you're lusting after her. Common sense. That's common sense. If you want to have sex with your wife, you're lusting after her. And I think it's okay to lust after your wife. But Humble Dad is the one who said it's not okay to lust after your wife. And then went on to say that it's okay to bust her booty up, which is a lustful act. So,
but I even read you the definition about lusting after your wife, though, too, tonight.
You didn't read me the definition of lust. You read me.
No, I read to you what it says
and
about.
And then you added words to it like selfish to try to make your point. You tried to lie.
No, I didn't add that. What the definition?
Yeah, you did. You tried to say that lust was selfish, and when you read the definition, it didn't say that. You were making that up on your own, and that's what I was challenging you on.
No, I didn't make up anything.
You did, because it's not in the definition. Find me a definition of lust anywhere? Screenshot it. That includes the word selfish.
I said, look up where it says lusting after your wife? I said, look that up. Did you look that up?
Lusting after your wife is not a word I can look up in a dictionary. I can get opinions about lusting after your wife if I Google that, but lust is a word that I can get a dictionary for. And in the definition of lust,
that talks about
there is no
lusting after
word
your
that says selfish.
If you type in, should you lust after your wife?
Now that's an opinionated question. Should I? I'll get someone's opinion, and someone's opinion might say you should lust after your wife, and someone else's opinion might be that you shouldn't lust after your wife.
Does it answer
I
that
can't
in
come
the
to
Bible,
any
Humble Dad?
actual stance with the question, should I? That's an opinionated stance.
Hey,
You
Hank,
see how your
real
logic
quick, man. Where you at with it, Hank, man? Where you at with it? Where you at this, man?
Man, I don't give a damn about none of this shit. I'm just letting y'all fucking talk.
Are you down for the sodomy or no?
Nah, man, I'm ready to move on to a different subject because you ain't gonna do but get me caught up in this bullshit. You know, I've been quiet.
Yeah, because we keep messing around. They gonna have to give up their sodomy.
Come on, Hank. You usually 10 toes down, man.
These niggas ain't trying to give up their sodomy with their wife.
For the record, I don't
Just
care
not
what
with this
y'all do
conversation, though, Trey.
They trying to sodomize the hell out their wife.
What's wrong with
you know
this
what I'm
conversation?
saying?
I don't care.
Yeah, we so far off the conversation
These
that
niggas
we
want to
originally
sodomize and
started
get
on.
sodomized.
Man, he shut up.
You got a
I'm just
chat
saying.
full of Christian sodomites.
And I blame Will's lying ass to start this bullshit.
Yeah, I blame Will too for sure. Definitely Will's fault, no matter what. All right, well, we're gonna move on to Dwight.
Hey,
What's
he
up?
no lust.
They sure don't want to give up that booty in that mouth.
And you know, I love when somebody called me a liar on this platform because we scared to tell these niggas they be lying. Humble Dad lying his ass off.
Yo, we
about nothing, my dude.
We filmed the Christian niggas on the panel.
I don't lust
weakness.
after my wife. I just use her mouth in her booty hole. What
We
the hell are
filmed
we talking
the
about,
Christian
brother?
niggas on the panel weakness.
It's not even the same.
I don't think anybody's lying. I think everybody's actually
We found the chink in their
speaking
armor.
what they believe.
Nah, Trev, man, you shut up, Trev.
Nah,
No,
they be
real
trying to
shit.
present that holier
Real
than
shit.
thou Christian shit, and niggas ain't
We
jacking
go-
it. That's all.
look,
They be
we gonna
trying to
stay.
present,
I guess we
look
gonna
at
stay
me,
right here.
humble,
Is that what
humble
we
and
gonna do?
righteous man. I don't lust after
We
my wife.
gonna stay right.
I
Trey,
only
that's why I didn't
only
answer
have
because I
sex
don't
with
want
my wife for
we don't need to
procreation
pound on this
purposes.
bullshit.
Next question, Trev. Move us
We
along,
beat
Trev.
this to the goddamn to the end. It's over. Let's move on.
We gotta hear from Dwight, DJ, and
My
Mark.
wife is only for
Yeah, that's
procreation.
what
I
we're
don't
waiting
lust
on.
after her.
Go ahead,
Hey,
Dwight.
let the
Trey,
heathens
got
be the
another video?
heathens, man. Let the heathens be the heathens, man.
How
Fuck.
dare you
God
suggest I lust after my wife?
Trey, we got another
Fuck
video.
outta here.
Nah, we don't. We actually don't.
You need one. I've seen one.
Huh? You said you what?
Shit.
I've seen your
You
video.
seen one?
My, I don't know what type of videos you about to see in.
Yeah,
Damn.
we probably shouldn't put that up.
Wow.
Hey,
Nah, it's all good.
Let me see. What's in your
Now wait,
phone?
not why you out here looking like Bo's brother off Blackish. Yeah, we shouldn't
Hey,
do that.
nah, we just
Wait.
nah. We just realized we just realized y'all on the sodomy. So we can stay on that topic if y'all want to.
oh, I thought you said something else, bro. I was like,
They don't want to talk about it no more because that means no more tappy. No more tappy for you. Your wife
I
got
thought
to
he
stop
said-
tapping it, brother, because that's
You know what? I'm
lustful.
not even gonna repeat it on here. I'm gonna tell y'all what the show is.
You lustful sodomites.
Hey, no, I'm gonna get you up after this, bro. I'll tell you what I thought you said.
Man, come on, man.
Look at
It's
these
got
Christian lustful sodomites.
It's got-
Sodomizing their wives.
Hold
Shame
on, I
on
never-
you. Shame on you.
So nobody else thought
Jesus is
sodomy in the
watching.
Bible just meant dudes.
Nah, it's just butt stuff in general.
I thought it was just dudes.
I thought that
Probably, yeah, because from what I
dang.
looked up, y'all could double
Nah,
back on that.
it
but
doesn't.
what
Remember,
I
in
was
Sodom
saying
and
is-
Gomorrah. Hold on, I'm gonna break it down for y'all. Remember, in Sodom and Gomorrah, they wasn't only trying to have sex with dudes, because remember when the angels came to visit him and they tried to have sex with the angels, and he said, "No, you can have take my daughter instead." So they were doing these acts to both men and women in Sodom and Gomorrah, which is why the term sodomy came about.
Hank is done.
It's not.
All right.
Guys, if you want to walk the Christian path, no more
I had a question. A
back
different
door, no more
Go ahead, go ahead.
cunnilingus.
It basically
Gotta give it up, brothers.
It basically means male to male. That's
Somebody
what
said they had a
that y'all
question.
need to hear.
No more fellatio and cunnilingus for you Christian brothers.
it
Here's the
mainly
thing y'all need to realize.
Hold on, too many voices. We can't hear any of
Use
it.
your mic. You might have to mute, Clark.
I had a question. This is going back to what Will has said, since we don't have a video right now. Do y'all think that men who have money should follow different rules?
No.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't think it
money
matters
and
what
power
we
makes the rules.
Yeah, I don't think it matters what we think. I think this is just nature. Men who have resources will always make the rules, whether we like it or not.
If you were the biggest cat in the jungle, lion, cheetah, leopard, tiger, would you acquiesce to the smallest and say, well,
but
you know what?
That's the problem. So you said earlier, a lot of the women are crazy for expecting these men to be monogamous with them, right? But they don't just think that for no reason. They think that because all the men are subscribing to the idea that they should be monogamous.
No man is subscribed. Listen, it's men like Humble Dad who get up here and say bull that a lot of people, and people don't like to say the things. People want to protect their digital footprint. They don't want their image.
Keep saying my name, dude. What are you talking about?
Listen.
Do you believe in polygamy?
No.
Oh, that's why I mentioned your name, sir.
Listen, what are you talking about? What does that have to do
all
with
of
anything?
the monogamous animals are rare. Did you notice that?
Yeah, but these guys who are
The thing of it is that y'all don't decide on what y'all want to follow, so y'all just say whatever. So, like, if you don't have a structure of religion of anything, then you're free to say whatever, right? So, what is your basis for saying anything?
Logic.
You don't have one. Like, y'all don't lock down where
My
you're
logic, my brain, my ability to make decisions for myself.
Let me explain something to you, right? You keep saying logic, but logic is from God.
Yes, logic is from God. Logic is using my God-given brain, my God-given senses.
Actually
to be
read
able to
the Bible.
The Bible says, "Test all things, hold fast to what is good."
Right, but you actually have
So
to
that is
study the
logic.
Bible and not just say, because I read a passage, this is what it means. You would literally need to go to the Greek
I've
and the
studied
Hebrew.
it. I've been spanking you with Bible verses all night long. I've been spanking you.
You're not
Because
saying
I know what's in the Bible, my brother. You're the one who doesn't know what's in your
Can I
Bible.
answer the white question?
You've been getting spanked all night with facts.
Not at all.
Can I answer the white
Like, for
question?
example, the word
I'm the only one that's been dropping Bible verses.
HD finish though.
Something that is not, to see if you made a point when it wasn't actually a correct point. This is what I'm saying. You say things because you're not attached to anything, and so because you're not attached to anything.
You don't know what I'm attached to.
And what are you attached to then?
I'm attached to God, Jesus Christ.
You're attached to God and Jesus Christ. Okay,
Jesus
so
Christ.
you're married.
I'm not married. I don't have to be married to be attached to God.
So that's
Was Jesus married?
So that's
We
the
talking
first.
about-
Was Jesus married?
So you
Jesus
have
wasn't
children.
married, my brother. Jesus
I'm
wasn't
gonna ask you a
married.
question.
Paul wasn't
Humble
married.
Dad. Humble
That
Dad.
doesn't mean anything.
Humble
Matthew,
Dad.
Mark, Luke, and John wasn't married.
Mr. Dwight.
What does that mean?
Mr. Dwight, can
What
you
does that,
repeat?
no, what does it mean? What did it mean when you asked me if I was married? That's irrelevant.
Because you're trying to talk about what you can do in a marriage, and you're not married.
No, I'm trying to talk to you about what the Bible says about marriage. I'm only quoting what the Bible says about it. I didn't make any of my own opinion. You just don't like that the Bible. You just don't like that you don't
You're
know the Bible.
misquoting about. So, for example, when you study the word sodomite, what did it mean?
What do you mean? When I'm the one who gave y'all the definition of sodomite.
No. You gave a surface level definition.
There's no definitions in the Bible, my friend. I've never seen definitions ever in the Bible.
Well, you know that the Bible
There's
is
no glossary. There's no definitions in the Bible. The Bible is not a dictionary. That's not what the Bible is.
Right, but the words have meaning.
Yes,
right?
like sodomy has a meaning which you can find in the dictionary.
That's the English
So what I did was
terminology of that, correct? But then when
sodomy is an English word.
But it's talking about male to male.
Hold on, Humble Dad. You didn't when you gave us the definition. You didn't give us.
Sodomy still applies male to male because guess what? The only way that males can have sex is with what? Ass and mouth.
That's
why
what
it
it
applies
was
to males
referring
as well. But
that's what it was referring to in the scripture, though. Is what I'm saying.
No, it doesn't only refer to that in the scripture.
Yes,
because
it does.
people in Sodom and Gomorrah also did
Allow
these
HD
acts
to
to Lot's
substantiate
daughters.
that, though.
They did these acts to Lot's daughters.
No, you see, that's what I'm saying. So you're extrapolating something that doesn't say that. He said that he was going to give them over to have sex with them, right?
Yes,
but that's
because
not
they wanted to
meaning.
fuck the
but that
angels in the blood.
definition is not
And so
meaning.
they said, no, you can take my daughters instead.
Yes, but that's not meaning that that's sodomy, though. You see how you did that?
Sodomy is sexual acts with the mouth and anus.
Right,
So,
because of what
it is-
Sodom
it
and
is-
Gomorrah were doing.
Yes,
they were having
the act is named after the town.
They were having same-sex intercourse is what was going on.
They were having sex with everyone in Sodom and Gomorrah, same sex
the
and
reason
opposite
why
sex.
it
That
was
was
an
why it
issue-
was sexually immoral. They were fucking anything walking. They were trying to fuck the angels.
But the reason why it was an issue as it relates to sodomy, the word sodomy, it means male to male, sir, is what I'm
No, it
saying.
doesn't, and there's no dictionary that will ever corroborate that. You want
Yes,
it to,
it
you
is.
want that to be
No,
the case.
go look at,
That's what you think.
I just looked it up again.
Hold on, Humble Dad. When you looked it up, that's not
No
the definition
definition
you
that
gave
says
us.
man. It's the act itself.
What? Say it again.
Hold on.
That's why Jamaicans, if you ever notice, dancehall artists say, "We don't fuck pussy, we don't fuck party," because they recognize that those acts are sodomy.
So do you,
I'm
so
sorry.
you said that you're a Christian though. So do you believe?
I
So
didn't
you
say I was
believe?
a Christian. I didn't say I was a Christian.
So then, what's your basis?
My basis is Jesus Christ. I didn't say I was a Christian though.
Okay, so what do you follow then? You follow the Bible?
I follow Christ. I don't follow the Christian religion.
That ain't what I asked you. I said, so do you?
I just told you I follow Christ.
So
You asked
how
me
do
what
you
I
follow him then? Do you follow him
I
through the
follow
Bible?
Christ with, what do you mean? Through the Bible, the same way the Bible says to follow him, to
Okay.
know his word.
Okay.
Right? The Bible
So
says to know his word, and you know him. That's how I know God, through his word.
Okay. So then we're talking about, so we're on the same page. So you're saying that as you looking into the Bible, you're saying that a man, when we talk about sodomy, that is talking about that you cannot have oral sex with your wife. That's what you're saying, right?
I know that the definition of sodomy is oral and anal sex. I know that to be a fact. That's what the definition of sodomy is. So if the Bible speaks against sodomy, it is speaking against oral and anal sex.
But it was referring to the sodomites who were practicing men on men. That's
No,
what
they were. The thing is, if you read the story of Sodom and Gomorrah again, they were practicing male on male sex, but they were also taking people's wives. They were practicing overall immorality. It wasn't just about the fact that they were homosexuals. It was about the fact that they were immoral in general. They were trying to rape God's angels. That's how immoral they were. Think about it. Angels are not human. They not only were they having sex with men, they were having sex with humans. I mean, with angels and women. They were doing it to everybody.
But
they were fucking everything walking.
But
And
the
that's why
definition is based upon man on man.
based off of the amount of sin in the city of Sodom.
I'm not disposing of that. What I'm saying is that when we're talking about marriage and the bed being undefiled, it was about if sexual immorality is taking place in the bed, then
All right, here's what you do. Show me the scripture where it says sodomy refers strictly to male on male sex. Show me the scripture.
The scripture, you would have to do a verse. It's not going to be.
Show me the verse. Show me. You know, you would know better than me. So show me the verse. You're the Christian. Show me the verse.
I'm saying
it's up to interpretation.
No, he's saying that the Bible says it's man and man. So just show the scripture.
It's interpretation.
There's no scripture that specific.
Oh, there's no scripture that says that. So you assume that.
A fair question that Humble Dad could ask would be, where does it say that it is referring to oral and anus with everybody?
Well, the definition of the word.
Well, but they
look at Romans 1:7. 1.2.
Because I'm saying the Bible,
the definition of the word, like if the Bible says it's a tree, we don't say, oh, well, are we talking about trees or bushes? It said a tree.
But the Bible wouldn't be following Webster's dictionary, is all I'm saying. Like there would be an interpretation.
I'm sorry, DJ. I apologize.
I'm just saying that we live in a now where there's a Webster's dictionary.
All I hear is a bunch of guys that don't want to give up their oral and anal sex with their wife. That's all I'm hearing.
we live in a now where there's a Webster's dictionary.
No.
However,
Call it what it is. Call it what it is. Y'all like
HD,
to get freaky, and now all of a sudden lust is okay. That's all. And now
maybe
you're
we
trying
can
to
move on with
justify.
this. Here's
You're
a
trying to
simple
justify
question.
your lusting ass.
Here's
That's
a
all it
simple
is.
question, and maybe we can move on.
All right,
Yeah,
so
that's all. You just don't want to give up the butt sex. No, listen, don't give up your butt sex on my account.
Humble
Do what you
Dad,
wanna do. The better marriage is
if a
undefiled, my
Christian
brother.
man- If a Christian man who marries his wife, Christian man, Christian woman, they get married, and the husband only wants to have anal with his wife. That's it. He never wants to penetrate the front, just want to penetrate the back. Would that be problematic in your opinion?
It's crazy question. Would
No,
it be?
I'm just asking.
That's a crazy question. You're asking me, would it be problematic to who?
To you, according to like
It wouldn't matter to me.
anything wrong with that?
It wouldn't matter to me if that's all he wanted to do. How that's
No, I'm not saying like will you
consummated the marriage? Would they? Does it count as consummation of the marriage?
That's what I'm getting at, Marcus.
Is it consummating the marriage?
Yes.
I've never even thought about that to say yes or no to.
This is why you know it would be problematic.
Refer to scripture.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm
I
saying
know.
is,
That's the key.
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you want me to answer a question. I never thought about that as a scenario to give you an answer for that, right?
There's a reason why you never thought about it, because that's not what the intent was. It was intended for it to be done. Okay, man, we can move on.
Y'all just be saying stuff to try to. Well, I tell you,
I don't think you have the processing power, my brother. I'm sorry.
No, I think that you don't have the processing power, bro. Because
you couldn't even come up with your own response. You had to repeat mine. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the processing power. You had to repeat mine. You didn't have your own.
I was just gonna say something else.
No, you just couldn't think fast enough. It's okay.
No,
moving on.
He was going to
say, yeah, we're moving on. We're moving on. And
we gotta move on. You can't catch up.
Mike, there you go. That's your thing.
All right. Tony Gaskin. Man up and settle down. The sooner a man can gain control, identify his wife, and be faithful to her, the more successful and happy you will be in life. Being with one woman in a faithful relationship will cause you to be the happiest version of yourself.
Read that again.
Pull it up again.
That's hilarious.
Let me read it with how he is saying. Hold on, pull it back up. Now you niggas need to man up and settle down. The sooner a man can gain control, identify his wife, and be faithful to her, and the most successful and happy you will be in life. Being with one woman in a faithful relationship will cause you to be the happiest version of yourself. And I stand on that. Amen.
Okay.
No,
look at Neo.
Oh, yeah, I sold on that.
I think the existence of the manosphere debunks that belief. Simple as that. There's a million married men. There's a million married men that tell you otherwise.
That's why I want to address Humble Dad before he got out of here.
Humble Dad left. Oh yeah, he comes to get up out of here.
To be fair, he usually leave around this time.
I know, that's why I'm saying I'm not saying he ran, but he did just bounce.
He was getting smoked. It's okay.
I was down there jumping my man's.
No, he kept addressing me. You telling me I don't know definitions and stuff. We all will know definitions.
Smoking that HD pack. We lighting up that HD in my blood.
He gonna come back.
Oh, y'all want to zoom in?
Pause.
Big gas. You know what I'm talking about? That HD pack. You know what I'm talking about?
He gonna come back.
That humble pack.
I gotta get Humble Dad on the smoke show, man, because I hate when people come at me directly or indirectly, and there be more people on the panel, so we got to share the floor. Because I'll be ready to drill them.
Pause.
Why am I? No, when I heard whatever podcast that was, that's how he talked. When he was talking to Ace Metaphors, he was like, "My brother." That's how he talked.
Hey, man, I think why we gotta keep pausing like this, man. I think y'all all for some other more. This shit's crazy, man. God damn.
Hey, Dwight, what was your question again? Because we didn't get to address it.
There's a lot of gay shit going on here tonight.
Do y'all think that statement true? I think that was the question.
Damn, Trev, you letting this shit go down too.
What you say, Marcus?
Guilty as charged.
Basically, that
I think the question was, do y'all disagree or agree with that statement that he made, and why?
What statement? I can't remember the statement.
I'll pull it back up. I'll read it one more time. Check it out.
No. This was before that.
I heard similar words from
asked the question.
Oh, okay.
Dad and Clout start arguing again.
Okay. Yeah, just about
Derrick Jackson used to say things just like that.
Pretty much like if the rules change a little bit,
Right, until they got
become successful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then like a lot of these guys make so much money, but they kind of ascribe to those rules. They kind of shoot themselves in the foot by saying, I'm going to be just loyal to you, when they should, do it like Neo did. Like Neo's like, he has a whole stipulation. He's got multiple women. He tells them this, and that. And if you got money, you can do that.
Well, Neo's done that now that he's a has-been. See, he didn't do that when he was at the height of his career, because it probably would have tainted his career. In our society, this idea of monogamy and being legally married is touted as something good, and you should be that. That's why most politicians are married, and you don't see them being polygamous.
I mean, it depends, because certain people get away with it, man. Like Leonardo DiCaprio, nobody be giving him serious flack for that. He's still dumping them at 25 years old.
Yeah, but he's so
Warren Buffett.
But the thing about it, when Leonardo DiCaprio was coming up, building his career, he didn't have that mentality. That wasn't out there like that.
He still was killing it in the midst of that.
He still was killing it, but he was choosing to be with one person and then dropping them, as opposed to the Neo route.
Y'all don't think that's crazy, dropping women at 25?
It's not that it's crazy. It's just
on their
that
25th birthday.
It's not that it's not crazy. It's just that he's with one person.
He's established now, like Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter wasn't doing that at the beginning of his career,
but he could have. He could have,
but it has a negative connotation. That's why people don't do it. It looks bad, and it will hurt your career, because people will put you in a category, and it's hard to get out of that category once they typecast you.
But I don't know if it will actually hurt their career. We've never seen it.
Oh no, it will. When your social footprint is bad, teams don't want to sign you.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily
what's bad. What's really bad? If you're married, I get it. But if you're not married, it's not.
It's not about. Listen, you can sleep with as many women as you want when you're single, whether you're successful, rich, whatever. But you better not let it become public knowledge. When it becomes public knowledge that you are giving women.
So how do you explain? And he still got endorsements. Right, he still got sticky on Sprite commercials.
You say Ant-Man?
Yeah,
he ain't out here acting like he just got a brothel full of women. Just because he got multiple women pregnant, multiple athletes get.
What does that mean?
Pregnant. What?
Most athletes are in similar predicaments where they have a whole bunch of women.
Right.
Nobody really bats an eye.
Listen to what I'm saying, Trev. I'm not saying you sleeping with multiple women is going to affect your career. I'm saying that's not what I said. I'm saying if you portray like I have a harem, I have all these women, and I'm in a relationship with 7 women, 8 women. I'm sleeping with them all at the same time. That's never been the notion.
If you lean into it, it works. How do you explain Hugh Hefner?
Go
ahead and say he didn't do that. Hugh Hefner.
Tell me another person.
The dude who owned the bunny ranch.
So I mean, those all people in the porn industry.
Right, those are people that
you're gonna talk about the most degenerate people in our society.
People that everybody will be familiar with.
But society
would actually help their career.
Society would allow them to do it because they're already admitted Smex peddlers.
Dude, you cannot use bunny ranch owner and Hugh Hefner.
That's not the only people. I just said a whole
Hugh
bunch of
pretty
athletes,
mainstream.
and then you try to dead that shit
pretty
too.
mainstream though.
I just named one of the biggest actors, and you want to dead everything. Everything that I brought up was different categories of people. I didn't lead with them.
You bringing up okay. What career is Leonardo DiCaprio trying to create?
He's not trying to create anything.
Right. I said he's beyond established, old, on the way out. He did not come when he was coming up. When he made the movie Blood Diamonds, this wasn't out there like that. Like, oh, Leonardo DiCaprio just sleep with. He just got a harem full of women. That wasn't out there like that.
I can give you one example. Charlie Sheen.
I'm going to give you some. Yeah, exactly.
What was the thing with Charlie Sheen?
That was his thing. It's just like
that was his thing. He always had.
When he got
wasn't that also his
several girls
downfall?
with different hair colors?
At the end of his career, that's when that stuff started coming out. That didn't come out when Charlie Sheen was on his way up. He would have never made it to the top.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Snoop Dogg, Warren Buffett.
Snoop Dogg, what?
Snoop Dogg, Charlie Sheen definitely.
You've been married for
people knew he was out there.
Career.
But he still had multiple women and was very open about it. He wasn't?
No, bro.
You said Snoop wasn't?
First of all, bro, look, I hope y'all don't think rappers are not part of this equation. Did not mention politicians. People want to respect
politicians.
Okay,
and
I got you.
CEOs and politicians. That's what he's saying. He's saying CEOs and politicians. Board members.
Well,
board members and
politicians are different. We know you can't do shit as a politician.
So you
were an actor. So what about Warren Beatty? He had the reputation beforehand.
What about Warren Beatty?
I think we're still making a false equivalence here because Neo openly has like 3 to 4 women. We don't really see anybody else that actually has openly 3 to 4 women just walking around.
No, and you won't. Our society.
You say you don't see Neo walking around with 3 or 4 women?
No, I'm saying that you don't see anybody else. We only.
Hold on. That's not true. Your boy D. Ray.
Who?
D. Ray talks about it all the time. The comedian from Chicago.
Here we go.
I can't get jiggy with this sheet. No, he also do that.
Man, y'all are constantly okay.
Oh, Michael Blackson.
Michael Blackson.
So Michael Blackson I believe Michael Blackson lost his woman, and she. I mean, we can.
No,
we can
he always
say,
had a couple, man.
We can technically say to what Will was talking about is this is not necessarily Michael Blackson's prime, just like Neo is not in his prime. So
D-Ray ain't also in his prime.
And Michael Blackson.
What about Chris Brown, who got like 50 women going into his hotel?
Tell us one time you've ever seen Chris Brown come out and say, I'm and first of all, Chris Brown is not in his prime. Chris Brown is not on his rise ascension. Y'all are talking about old.
All right, Drake.
Drake don't parade around like he polygamous and he got multiple.
He did that off rip.
He did a whole music video. He was married.
And rapped about it in the beginning.
Girls, he got a whole chain full of engagement diamonds.
To be fair, this would be another false equivalence.
Drake is on his decline too. Drake got like 14 albums in.
We're talking about
a music video
the whole time.
And he's another rapper, so who cares?
Able to do and actually doing. So Drake did a music video like it. Neo actually is living it. Chris Brown, you see a bunch of females following him to his room, but actually being in a relationship with a bunch of chicks, you've only ever seen him be monogamous.
Right.
But so what you're saying is they can't get to that higher level if they decide to date multiple people.
Not date, be in.
Nobody gonna give you money if they think you could take the woman.
Is not going to subscribe to that.
I mean, you could look at Ant-Man. If you look at Ant-Man, the next step for him would be actually like face of the league. But in this particular situation that he's had recently, it would be less likely for that to happen. A face of the league would be somebody that would be like Giannis. I'm already established. I got my kids. I got my wife. I got a championship, blah, blah, blah. Or a Victor.
But nobody really likes Giannis. That's the problem.
Jason Tatum.
I understand that. Jason Tatum kind of has the same issue. The likability factor. So, but in order for you to take over, is that me? In order for you to be able to take over, you do have to kind of have a squeaky clean situation going on.
You have to fit the.
You gotta have leverage over.
Yeah, you can't be bad for business.
They gotta have a weak spot. They gotta have something that they know they can line you up when they need to. They talk to your wife. You know what I mean? You're gonna be scared of losing your wife. You need a weak point. That's the only.
But you got to be marketable, right? A man with 3 wives is not marketable in America.
Well, you can't have 3 wives in America. So that's
3 girlfriends. Don't matter. 3 women slotted for you, and you stay.
They can't control you with 3 girlfriends. So they can't control you with 3 girlfriends because if they try to get to you through one of your girlfriends, you break up with her, get another one. They can control you through your wife.
Yes, they definitely can control you through your wife. They can't put up no risk. What you gonna do? You gonna put up a picture about a man stepping out if he got 3 girlfriends, and the world know he got 3 girlfriends? You gonna try to shame him and blackmail him? Good luck.
That's why they mad at Trump too, because Trump don't keep that woman nowhere near him. They can't get in his head through her. You know what I'm saying?
If you
keep her ass to New York, he'll send her ass to Russia.
And on your way up, and that's crazy because if you name Trump, who literally says grab him by the pussy, and effing porn stars and everything else could become president, then shit.
Exactly.
You should be able to do it, whatever. Yeah.
No. That ain't the same thing. That ain't the
Why
same
not?
thing, because it's not the same thing. First of all, Donald Trump has been married, right? He's a successful businessman, whether people want to say it's illegitimate or whatever. Donald Trump fits the archetype. He's just not a typical politician. But he wasn't out here talking about I got.
Now we're saying typical politician. No. You said
he's not a typical
altogether.
politician.
No, but what I'm saying is, he said you can't do that as a politician. But he came.
You missed
high,
on, bro. We're talking about having multiple women publicly, where everybody knows these are my women, plural. You've never seen a man in our country rise to any prominence in respectable fields.
The women are being in an uproar.
You've never seen
Trev, those are the stains on Donald Trump that people try to use against him and his character, and like those
and
are
it only helped him.
They try to. What you say?
They never used the fact that he was a polygamist.
It only helped him with his audience. It doesn't help him with the vast majority of the people, like the status quo and the normal people and all that.
Don't say the normal people.
Well, the the typical, like, oh, he said this about women.
No, just the people that don't like him. It's people who like you and people who don't like you. You ain't normal because you like me and abnormal because you don't.
I don't know. I think typical. Hold on. I think typical people. They want cookie cutter politicians. I don't. I want a politician who done did some shit in his life personally. I want a regular person that I think that I can identify with. I don't want people who like have this, this like, oh, I'm so perfect. I've done nothing.
And they never get elected.
But more than half of America voted for an atypical president.
And they never get elected except.
And it
Trump.
wasn't because of his policies. It wasn't because of his greatness. Like most politicians win because of what it is they have to say.
I think he won because the other candidate was that bad.
I think a player president can get elected.
Here we go.
I'm serious.
You realize he did have to go through a primary and beat formidable candidates, right?
No, I understand.
Right, like he had to face Rubio, he had to face Ted Cruz. Like we can't do that. That's not a thing.
Those are formidable.
He had
candidates?
to beat formidable candidates.
So you don't think that if they picked anybody of competence besides Kamala, you don't think that a majority of people that was on the fence would be like, damn, I gotta vote between these two? You don't think a lot of them would have just voted for the other person if they thought they
No, but that's all speculation. But what we do know is that he beat plenty of formidable opponents twice.
Yeah, no, that's
what would make them formidable?
You talking about Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida right now? That's not formidable.
Asked you the names. He said,
well, that would. I'm telling them which one. I'm specifically just gave an example of one and what makes them formidable.
You just mentioned their names, Trav. You didn't mention why they were formidable.
He's the governor of Florida, and all their numbers went up, and people are literally flocking to Florida, leaving
Brian
states
Kemp
to go
is the
there.
governor of Georgia. What would that be? That don't mean nothing.
I mean, if
you're a governor, if you're a great governor of a serious, of one of the most major,
probably a formidable
what's the girl name in Dallas running for
Right.
governor of Texas? If she win, do you think that means something? Like, does it mean she's a formidable opponent because she won the election?
No, but she won't win because she probably will have formidable opponents on her end.
Yeah, right. But just because a person hold office don't mean they're a formidable opponent. I mean,
for federal,
then who is?
Sure.
Then who is? I mean, if you've been battle tested and you held the state down and all your numbers say yes, and you've done and you've had improvements, and you have people moving in, and you and your shit is profitable, the economy's working where you are, then
and you're a good debater.
How can you not say that they're not formidable?
I mean, so hold on. You added a lot of things, right? Because there's a lot of governors who their economies are failing. You didn't mention the failing governors. You only mentioned the ones who.
I gave you one.
He only mentioned Ted Cruz and Ron DeSantis.
I didn't say Marco Rubio. I didn't. Okay, fuck it, man. You know what? It is what it is. He beat formidable opponents, bro. He beat Hillary Clinton, who was already in the White House and shit. Like, what we doing? He didn't beat any formidable opponents. That's what y'all going to sit here and say. Like, y'all need me to validate it for y'all. Like, y'all weren't paying attention to what was happening in the primaries or any of the presidential races. Do y'all really need me to educate you on that? Or y'all got
I didn't vote at all. I'm glad he won.
Hey.
I damn sure didn't want Kamala to win.
Damn,
Biden to win.
Damn,
I didn't want Hillary to win. I want that nigga Trump to win 3 terms in a row. I wish Trump could win another term.
That's a tough one.
Why?
You have to settle. I mean,
what's your option? Like, what's been the options outside of Trump? What options would you care to see in office?
Trump keep it G. Ain't nobody gonna keep it in G as Trump for a long.
Some of the men.
I see y'all got memes now.
You got JD Vance.
Trump the funny.
No. I'm talking about prior. So this election, I mean this cycle, who would have been better to be in office right now when Biden was in office and Trump was running? When Trump beat Hillary?
Oh,
no, over the last 3 terms.
You mean on the Democratic side?
No, just period. Who would you rather see be the president instead of Trump over the last 12 years?
Nobody.
Yeah, it depends.
Or the last 8 years.
It depends on what you consider to be. It depends on what you consider to be better. That's subjective.
Yeah.
He's asking you though.
Yeah.
Shit.
Listen, man.
I didn't really like any of the candidates, to be honest. To me, I was picking the lesser of the evils.
It's also okay.
I can't say that there would have been somebody better.
Right.
But,
so we got the best man in office is in office right now.
And it's also okay to be like, yo,
it's
I'm
very
not
likely.
really
It's likely. It's likely.
I don't know
because we don't know for sure, but the best candidate was in office. Yeah, if you want to say that, yeah.
Yeah, he should have been in office last term. He should have been in office the last.
Mail-in voting fraud, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
I promise y'all, if I'll go back to if they allow presidents to run 3 terms, I'll definitely vote the next election.
You can't do that. They need.
I'm gonna go to a Democratic state and vote twice.
If they allow it,
that will never happen.
I'm gonna go to a no ID
They
state.
were talking about, there was one way it could happen, as if he ran for vice president for Vance, and then he'd drop out.
I really hope that's what happened, and Vance get shot or something. That'd be great. Well, no,
I want to ask you a question.
Damn, bro, yo, you.
My bad. That was a little trick.
God damn.
I want to ask you a question. Do y'all think that do y'all care if a president has ever been to jail or something like that?
Nope.
Personally,
depends on what for. It depends on what for.
Okay, but just not in jail. Jail, it's not going. He's not out because of that.
What do you go to jail for? The term itself doesn't. No, I'm not worried about that. No, but it depends now what he did.
But if Martin Luther King been in jail.
Martin Luther King.
We'll vote for him. We'll vote for him if the president he was alive.
A lot of innocent people went to jail, so I can't go by that. Now,
what if he went to jail for when he was younger? He used to sell weed or something like that.
Nah, I don't care. Who cares? So what?
Cares who didn't sell weed?
I don't care.
Damn,
I'm a queer. I'm an L7.
Got you.
You think you're gonna get elected?
Matter of fact, you might get my vote because of that. I might respect you a little bit more. Like, yo, this is a real nigga. Like, he been through some real shit. I could trust him. Like, he know what it's like to be in the trenches selling a pack. You know what I'm saying?
Where were you going with it, man? You got something else you want to say?
I think that a lot of people started to understand that, like, yo, I'd rather have somebody that I feel like is a real person, where I can see your flaws, I can see the things that you've been like, I see your mistakes, and you got a little bit of greed in you, and like that's okay. At least you tell them you got it. Like, I think people was kind of tired of like the cookie cutter, like all
that's not it.
Shit.
The greediest nigga, but they ain't taking no salary.
I was tired of. I never,
I ain't never seen a greedy nigga not taking salary.
When Biden was in office, not Biden, when Barack was in office, he was in office. He did what he did. He did the typical presidential stuff that presidents do.
I think he did better than that, though. I think he did it on a different level.
Tell me something he did. Tell me something he did for black people then.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
I'll tell you. Look, the Technology Act. Do you remember when
a whole lot of this?
Typical president.
No. Hold on. Let's just say that. Let's
policies was for this.
Do you understand that he's one of the main reasons why cops wear body cams right now?
Every president does something. God damn.
You said tell me one thing. And then now you're mad that I told you one thing, bro.
Healthcare expensive. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Okay. So he got body cam in for black people?
Well, that's who it's benefiting the most.
He made it so that
if you realize that's who they get caught violating the most, right? That's who they get caught violating the most. Yes or no?
How are cop-worn body cams benefiting black people?
Holding police accountable.
Where?
In the United States.
No, it's not.
No, so technically George Floyd, right?
No, well, I can make.
Are you telling me cops are held more accountable now with body cam?
Well, I can make the.
Are you telling me they're not?
Yes, they are.
Yes, I'm telling you.
Come on, bro. Now you're being disingenuous.
Yeah,
You're bugging out. So, all right. So you're not going to say. Look. I ain't no Obama lover or none of that shit. But real is real. Do you not believe that he helped to save the 3 major car companies and the major banks when everybody say, "Go ahead, fuck it, let them fail"? Do you not realize he inherited absolute debt, right? Right after the housing crash and all of that shit. Are we gonna say that that's not it? And then you got to understand, as soon as he got in, you can't mention his name without mentioning Mitch McConnell because his hands were fucking tied for a lot of things. Like I said, those are what I would mention.
None of that LGBT.
I'm not saying he's great. I am not a Democrat, but real is real.
But
you should be able to look at it objectively.
Obama accomplished nothing. Was that my claim?
Yes.
No, it wasn't. I said he did.
No, you know. All right. So you said name one thing. You said name one thing. You said name one thing.
Status quo. Like
name one thing.
I said he does the typical things that presidents do. Then I said he did nothing for black people. You mentioned body cams, and I'm trying to tell you those body cams exonerate cops far more than it convicts cops.
We're
talking about innocent people.
No, so I think that the body cams actually are I can make the argument that it does benefit black people based on black people's perception of not even just black people, like the country's perception of black people and police brutality. I think that the body cams at least give you evidence to fight more than like a lot of things. If you don't see it on cameras, like it is what it is. You can try to but if you have evidence, then you can do what they did with the girl and who got shot because her boyfriend was selling drugs. I don't know, Brianna or something, right? Where they just had their foot on their neck. They just had their foot on their neck and they made something shake, you know? Or just cases like that where when you got that evidence, you can really, that gets the country in a stir, if that makes sense.
Can we make the same argument for when we were getting hoses turned on us? It could have been a complete denial of that, but because there was a constant feed of it that was on camera, it helped to stir the country up, just like Mont said.
Right, but what I'm saying is body cam shows how much more that we are degenerates than it shows cops doing bad things. You guys are looking at the case.
The cops that are doing bad things are getting caught. A cop the other day was just beat up on somebody in like a back room in the jail, and the footage came out, and he's convicted.
Yeah, it does, right? I'm not saying
if you're doing something nefarious, that's on you. But the idea was to hold the police accountable.
That's still
protect the innocent.
If you think body cams for black people, you out your damn mind, bro. That's for Americans, period.
He didn't say that. He said
not that it's for, but it does benefit.
That was the original.
No, it doesn't. That was I'm telling y'all, cops get exonerated more from body cam than they get convicted from body cam.
So they get exonerated more than they did before.
Oh my God.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I want you to go ahead and stand on that.
You're not understanding something.
You're
not understanding something. None of us got the stats, and if we pour into the stats,
come on.
What you say?
Why did you say it then?
Why not say it? Because it's true. Why not say it? Do you have stats to prove what you're saying?
You are not getting.
I'm asking you
back. Get out of my way. I have to scam more people. Thank you.
I haven't made any claims. I've just been asking you questions.
What questions did you ask me?
I asked you, do they get exonerated more than they did before?
So you asked me one question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't be acting like you've just been over here asking me questions.
Okay.
See, I've been asking you questions. Like, look at you. One question, and it just came. Anyways. I lost my damn train of thought. I was about to make a point. Trev,
you are not getting money back. Get out of my way. I have to scam more people. Thank you.
I didn't say he was killing it. I'm not saying he was killing it, but I can name something good about any president.
I literally,
Aside from George W. Bush, probably.
I'm through with you, Trey. I say he was acting like the typical president. Now you want to sit here and act like I can name good stuff all presidents do. Of course, presidents do good things.
Well, not George W. Bush. I can't name nothing, but
he did the No Child Left Behind. He got all these niggas.
That was good. That was good.
Niggas get their diplomas. You ask the niggas who don't deserve their diplomas, was it good?
Do you interact with the youth lately?
You ask the niggas
what that looks like.
Grade, I mean, not the 5th grade, the 9th grade. They got to go to the 10th grade. They got to graduate if it was good for them.
That was horrible.
According to who?
According to people who have to become adults and then actually deal with shit after never learning anything. Some people need to.
It was better that they stay behind and never learn anything because they're not going to learn.
Well, they got to stay back until they do. Listen, I know people who turn their life around after staying back 1 year. It humbled them, and they actually took it seriously.
Consequences and shame are a great thing.
No, bro, that don't humble more. No, it humbles people who knew they was doing wrong. It don't just humble you because you get flunked.
Well, Will, do you believe shame works?
I believe shame can work. Yeah, if you live in a society that upholds shame.
Mm-hmm. So when somebody gets left back, you don't think that their entire family and everywhere that they go, at some point, people are going to treat them shameful to some degree?
No,
gotta stay degenerates.
I don't know.
That's what they're not understanding.
I mean, they have to be degenerates first.
Population.
But like a lot of people are degenerates. Like you got to understand that there's generations of people whose grandmother had their first kid at 16, then they had a kid at 16, and now they 16 about to have another kid. And these are the people who don't give a fuck about grades or none of that shit.
But I think we're being disengenuous.
They care if you good at basketball. They care if you can fight. Like they don't give a fuck about.
I still think we can reasonably say, right? I think we can reasonably say that more often than the opposite, which is you get your diploma, you graduate every year. That if you don't have that, then you will objectively meet more shame in your life to some degree, whether it's with your family. At some point, you will meet more shame than like, oh, I graduated. Oh, I passed this year.
Shame only works in a society that has like certain principles.
Prove it.
If society doesn't have those principles, there's no shame.
Prove it, Mom.
You said prove it?
Yeah,
I just want us to be reasonable. And
prove it.
I would
say
reasonable.
Prove it.
I would say that there are degenerates.
You see how they get? You see how they get clout?
No, so y'all telling me, right? Because this is like the argument of like objectively, if you're abstinent.
Now you want to go to objectively. Prove it, man. Just prove it.
Objectively, if you're abstinent, you have a less chance of getting an STD versus having sex one time in your life with a condom, right?
Yeah, obviously, because you're not even in the game.
Exactly, right? So if you get left back in school, objectively, you will at some point meet more shame than if you passed. Not
in America.
Hold on. Reasonably, can we at least say that at some point you're going to encounter someone who's like, oh, you got left back? A teacher, a principal, somebody.
Not in America, because King Vaughn ain't go to high school.
No, that shit is humbling because you got to think about it. You just lost your whole
friend group. In high school, and
lost your whole friend group, and you got to explain to all these motherfuckers where you came from now. Like, wait, damn, you knew? No, I got left back. That shit's embarrassing, bro. I ain't never want to tell nobody.
You think dudes that get left back lose their friend group?
Say what?
You think dudes that get left back lose their friend group, or you think they friends?
Yeah, hell yeah. Y'all ain't going on trips together. Y'all ain't got no classes together. No, none of that shit. You're not graduating with them. You can't prom with them. Absolutely.
Listen, I guarantee you, if they're friends with excelling academically, if they're friends with the excelling academic types, then they would be excelling academically as well. More than likely, the dudes that are getting left back are getting left back with other dudes that are getting left back. They do the same shit.
All your friends got to get left back.
Getting left back are hanging with dudes who already dropped out.
They hanging with both.
That's a fact.
What are y'all talking about?
So are we to assume that in the real world men don't feel shame for not accomplishing shit?
That's not what we're saying.
Sure,
but I'm saying wait, hold on. So if dudes that dropped out kick it with dudes that get left back, eventually, we could say for the most part they're not going to do anything. They don't feel shame for that.
No,
unless they value, unless they
any shame.
If you don't value school and you get left back, it's no shame involved. There's only shame involved if you value school.
No.
Yeah.
So
you gotta care what people think.
Objectively, if you are
stop speaking objectively, let's speak factually.
Factually, if you are 19 and if you are a freshman in high school, somebody will make fun of you.
Monk, let me ask you a question. You know, you've met drug dealers before, have you not?
Absolutely.
I'm not talking about guys who peddle a little bit of weed or maybe try to make a little money. I'm talking about guys who they live in a drug life.
Yeah.
How many of them graduated high school?
I don't know, but I would assume.
What percentage would you say graduated high school?
I would assume less than half from the ones that I met.
Okay, let me talk to Marcus. Marcus, do you know drug dealers, right?
Yeah.
What percentage of them graduate high school?
Like 0.5.
A lot got GEDs and graduated before me because they had to go to the audio home.
No, but they got GEDs. They didn't graduate high school.
But they proud of that GED. They're not ashamed they didn't graduate high school.
Yeah, they not tripping about the GED. If you dropped out though, they do feel the way.
What percentage of dudes that you know that sold drugs graduated high school?
That sell hard drugs?
Yeah, crack.
Personally.
How many niggas you know that sold crack in the 90s?
I only know
a lot of niggas though.
I only know one dude in high school that used to sell crack, and he did not graduate with the rest of us.
Look, believe it or not, a lot of the niggas that's getting money came from good families. It is what
right
it
now.
is.
He's in upstate university. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
He's been in upstate university for a while. He ain't graduated there neither.
No,
how many niggas selling drugs in Chicago graduating high school?
Will, you made the point that you're not
graduating them streets.
Will said he not talking about the little petty shit. He said
a hard knocks.
He said he's talking about the ones who really getting money.
No, I'm not talking about really getting money. I'm just saying, you live in this life. I'm saying, I'm not talking about somebody like, hey man, you know, I'm trying kind of tough out here. Can I do something, make a little bit of money? And somebody put them on a little mission and they do it once or twice. I'm talking about somebody who's in the life selling drugs. They don't graduate.
I would say less than half, but I'm not.
What is less than half, bro? What are you talking about? Less than half? What does that mean? That can mean 1% to 49.
All you gotta do is ask for a specific number.
Why would you say less than half? Like,
but if we're talking about people that sell real hard stuff, we're talking about a very small fraction of people.
No. When you say real hard stuff, what do you mean?
You talk
crack heroin.
Pause. God.
No. I mean, like, are you just talking about? I don't know.
That's my fault. That's my fault.
They mean it like that. They love talking about gay. So I just think y'all don't really know drug dealers like y'all claim y'all do.
No. That was not the conversation. We drifting off. That was not the conversation.
We are drifting off for sure.
What I'm trying to highlight is the people who. It's one thing if you get held back and you're an athlete and you're trying to graduate and you're just struggling, or you was skipping school too much and then you get a reality check. I'm not talking about them. That's not the norm. The guys who are getting held back is because they got 150 absences. They don't care.
Yeah, but how we start talking about these guys, man? You move to goalpost again?
No, because we're talking about people. Y'all talking about shame. Mont was like, hey, you don't think people are shame? You don't think people, if they get held back, is gonna shame? Yeah. The two guys that may have got held back your entire 4 years if you went to high school, you don't know many people that got held back. It's only maybe one or two. But the guys who are just not showing up, they get held back too. Nobody care. They don't care.
No, I was making the point that if they did get held back, because right now a lot of people aren't getting held back. If they did, I think that would have an impact.
I only think it would have an impact if they fundamentally believe in school. So if you fundamentally believe in school and you get held back, you will feel shame for not achieving. But if you fundamentally don't give a shit about school and you get held back, it won't matter. It's like calling a girl who's a proud hoe a hoe. Like, you can't shame a real hoe by calling her a hoe. The only woman that you could shame by calling a hoe is a woman who actually desires to be a good girl or desires to be a wife or be at least seen as one. But if she don't care how she say, you call sexy red a hoe, you think she's gonna feel shame?
Yeah, I agree with you. But this is I think that so I'll give you an example. When I was in what grade was I in? I was in like 9th grade, right? I failed a class, right? I had a homie who me and him was just goofing off the whole time. Failed a class. I came and I showed him my joint. I'm like, yeah, I failed this joint. I'm like, what you get? He like, oh, I got a C. And I ain't even repeat what I said, but I don't know what I said, but he like, I'm like, I
Said
failed.
you came and you showed him your joint.
Came and you showed him your joint. What happened?
Yo, that.
Yeah.
But I pretty much was like, yo, I failed the class, and he said he got a C. I was like, damn, we was doing the same shit. How you pass? But that kind of fucked me up that he passed the class and I didn't. So
he was just jealous.
He was studying. Yo, I'm gonna stay up late tonight. Yeah, nigga, he's studying. You up watching TV.
Yeah,
hey, fellas, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. It's good seeing y'all, man. Good chatting with y'all.
No, man, we got to all live together, man.
You ain't say that with a humble dad laugh.
Hey, y'all see how when Will get up on his joint, it get real chaotic in this motherfucker.
Yeah, because y'all niggas be up here lying. Try to keep y'all niggas together. Y'all niggas be up here pandering, lying, simping. I mean, acting like some little girls sometimes. Scared to speak y'all mind, scared to be honest.
Exactly.
JR told me I can only come up here 2 or 3 times a year.
Man, you can't do that. You can't do that hairstyle no more, bro. You talking reckless tonight, bro. I swear to God.
Damn.
I heard some shit tonight, bro.
Yeah, something about the hair, man. Just
somebody gonna clip this shit so bad, bro. Oh man.
Y'all can't get away with nothing from now on.
Bro, when I be wearing my shit,
Head
I
next
got
time.
Gary Curl jokes and all this extra shit.
Every
Nah,
time
I was
get up
getting on
here,
the lingo, man. I just didn't know why.
This cool's on.
Every time I get on this panel and real dope up here, it's gonna be chaotic. He
Mike with $5.
He be wanting to challenge me so bad. Hey, we still gotta have that conversation we talked about. I forget what the subject was.
Yeah, just let your soul glow. Dope, I had to.
You gotta sing that part. Just let your
brother.
Super what?
Hey, $5. Have multiple baby mamas doesn't affect your career, but being responsible by marrying multiple women affects your career. Make it make sense.
He think that's Africa.
Again, $71, $10. Like I said before,
my friend Ekine.
Email a professional goal.
Shout out to Ekine.
I think everybody hit that like button on your way out. Let's make sure we support everybody on the panel. And we'll see you guys.
Shout out to you, brother Ekine. In the chat.